Sexy pineapple.
You're live.
Hello! We're only 3 minutes late, and it's because Google wouldn't load Chrome. That's an interesting story.
I know.
Wow. Well, I'm sitting here with my pint of tepid coffee.
He just puts instant coffee in a glass and tops it up with some tap water. How disgusting!
It's delicious.
Sometimes you do use it from the fridge.
You know what? I do, but the brand I'm using right now is from Mexico, and it's called Legal, I think, or Legal.
Legal.
But it breaks down no matter what temperature of water. Like if I use different kinds of instant coffee, the water has to be hot to break down. And when you pour it in here, it just looks like see-through light brown nastiness. Cafe Legal. Thank you for the whoever that was. I appreciate it. But Cafe Legal, it goes dark brown immediately. No effing around with Cafe Legal. We are not sponsored.
No, we aren't.
I will accept a sponsorship option from Cafe Legal if the marketing department of Cafe Legal is watching.
My dad cringes in disgust. He's like Frasier, isn't he?
Yeah.
And the thought of him having tepid instant coffee in a glass, it's just blown his mind.
Refreshing.
I know. I don't blame you, but
What are you gonna do? Do you enjoy tepid instant coffee in a glass on a hot day? Let us know.
Why are you looking so accusatory? You're like, do you?
I don't think I even made my voice sound like that.
How's your jaw today?
My jaw feels a lot better. Hey everyone! No, it is not.
Hello.
It is Cafe Legal instant coffee with tap water. Yeah, it's a stout. Warm bourbon better.
Bill!
Bill's here. He made it. Yeah, no, but this is I have tried a lot of instant coffees, and price per spoonful, Cafe Legal, I think, is the best.
Are you serious? Are you going with that? Oh, did you hear my voice there? Ooh.
Yeah, I think my wife's having second thoughts. Why did I marry this guy?
All the time.
And why did he drag me out here into the desolate desert?
Hellhole.
No, it's not a hellhole. It's very beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It's so funny.
Sometimes a hellhole.
Every night, every time the sun goes down, we go outside, and there's this beautiful Bob Ross painted sky. And we're like, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened.
We do every single night.
A couple hours before that,
this is hell.
Zoe's like, I'm melting. But so how's everyone doing this weekend? Where's everybody from? Let's get some locations and weathers. Not whether or not you're from that location, but what is the temperature like where you are chilling?
Fred's outside on lizard hunt.
Man.
Just seen him go past. What? Is that delicious?
It's really good. I'm not trying to be a dork about it. This is like my 5th or 6th glass.
Oh. Mineral Wells, Texas, 104.
Is that West Texas or South Texas? Watch, it's East Texas. Texas is big.
Yeah, it's huge.
For those of you who've never seen a thing called a map before.
See, it's only 94.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like 94.
It's not that hot today. I mean, it's warm, obviously, but it's not like it was.
I was saying to Bill in the comments.
West of Dallas, Fort Worth.
Oh. I was saying to Bill in the comments yesterday, I am from Northern England, and we don't get a lot of sun, as you probably guessed. And if it gets, I watched some videos from people in the UK Hi, Pendra. 7 hours from my West Texas cabin. Bill, are you going to do some videos?
Yeah, Bill, do some videos at the cabin, man. Zoe can interpret the Celsius plus 17 and raining in South Finland.
South Finland.
Ooh.
Plus 17. That's kind of just an average. That's not bad. You see, that's what I'm saying, right? In Northern England, I would say if it gets, what would it be? 25. Like if it's 23, 25, everyone's complaining.
Yeah.
It's like too hot, 25 degrees. That's probably like 80s. People are like, oh my God, it's too hot. Everybody's in shorts and vests and
socks.
Yeah, no, flip-flops. The flip-flops come on. Probably with socks.
No socks and dress shoes.
Yeah. It's because we're classy.
Yeah.
And just boiling and going like Red Lobsters because no one's, you're like going from pure like lily kind of blue tint white to burnt lobster red.
Yeah.
Because we're just not prepared for it at all. So this is like,
she's getting to the point where she can almost tan. Because like right now you're like a golden.
You can't tell on here, but I'm actually quite goldeny brown.
Yeah.
Which is amazing because usually
when we first got here, you were like blotchy red.
I was blotchy red and prickly heat.
Yeah.
I got rashes all over. My back was covered in a rash. It's ridiculous. It's embarrassing.
You were miserable.
Oh, it was awful. It wasn't awful, but that bit was. I was so itchy at night. I was just like, and I had to take loads of antihistamines, didn't I? It was just really hot.
Yes, everything over 25 is too much. Blue tinted white people.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Blue tinted. It's like verging on like corpse white. Everybody. Or people who are, because a lot of people in my area are farmers or they're up in the Dales doing like, sort of land management and all that kind of stuff. So they have like t-shirt tans where it goes from brown to like lily white under the t-shirt.
Like translucent.
Yeah. See-through. Vampire white.
Let's see, anyway. Pendra. I'm always getting red and then white again. And Pony Cat t-shirt tan here.
Yeah, see, that's what happens because nobody's prepared for it.
Like in England, they don't even have to like take pulses of people when someone gets sick. They just like stare at their arm and can see the vein.
You can see the vein moving,
so you could like tell what their blood pressure is.
It's true. It's true. So coming out here, I got so like, well, first of all, we were in North Hollywood, weren't we?
Yeah.
Which is in the valley.
Came out,
is that the valley?
That is the San Fernando Valley.
Yeah.
It is a bowl of heat and concrete.
It's heat and concrete. There's no like escape for the heat, so you just sit in. But we did have air conditioning, kind of. It was crappy though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like this like unit from like 1960. That was it was a window unit, and it blew cold air directly in dust directly. And the funny thing is, like we could clean that place every day. We even took the air conditioner apart and cleaned it, put it back together. Still, just blowing clouds of crud like flying out of it. But it would only cool you if you stood like a foot away from it.
Yeah, you had to be within like about 2 foot radius.
Yeah, and we would be like this.
And we'd just be sitting.
And we'd be, oh man, this is the best.
And the minute
we're
you got
living the dream now.
We're living the dream. And then whenever you moved anywhere else, you were just absolutely boiling again. And the heater didn't work.
No, in fact, the gas company came and told me if I turned it on, I could blow the building up. So they told me, like, whatever you do, don't turn that on.
Don't turn it on.
It was one of those ones that were like built into the wall.
What are they called? Like a convection heater?
I don't know. It's like this like big metal chunk that comes out of the wall.
And it was on both sides. It was into the hall,
Yeah.
to the 2 bedrooms, and out into the living room. Didn't work.
No.
So we were either boiling hot or freezing cold.
Because it did get cold there.
Yeah, it got cold.
I mean, it wasn't like
I don't
Big
think
Bear
it was,
cold.
No, it wasn't like Northern England cold, but compared to being absolutely like dead, like this is probably too much information, but if you had to sit in the bathroom for any amount of time,
The bathroom was awful. And I'll tell you why the bathroom was awful. Because when they had painted the apartment before I moved in, they painted the window shut. So you couldn't open it. And then finally, after like 3 years of living there, I just like got fed up. And I went in with a knife and I just like stabbed the wood until like it all started breaking because it was like really old wood.
you
like
could press it like that and all the wood would crumble.
But that
was horrendous.
Yeah.
If you had to sit in there for any amount of time, you know what I'm talking about, you would have like sweat just dripping off your chin and off the back of your knees.
And then she would come in and go, I literally just had sweat dripping off my chin, dripping off my knees. So,
and now it's doing it again here all day.
Yeah.
So the other thing, in Big Bear, we went from one extreme to the other because in the wintertime, it's not like Maine or like Canada or something freezing cold. You know, it's not like that. But like the houses are really designed for like summer.
Yeah.
They're cabins, but they're not insulated that well. The window, there's just like wind blowing
I don't know
through.
if there was insulation in that.
I don't know if there was. It felt like a big strong wind would just blow the house down.
Yeah.
It was a nice house.
But like all the houses had like driveways that were at this much of an angle. And the first winter we had there was really bad. I can't remember how much snow we got, but it was a ridiculous amount. And our car actually, the axle and the axles to the car, everything underneath the car actually froze to the driveway because the snow was up higher than the bottom of the car. So by the time the snow started melting and we could actually get to the car, we were, I don't know, frozen to the driveway. And we had to like go under the car with sticks and chisels. I took out my Viking sword, and this was like pretty soon after we moved in. So I probably looked kind of like a psychopath. I was like swinging a sword underneath the car, like screaming. Let's see. Do you guys have a fan blowing on these hot days, nights? We did have a fan going, but we stopped using it mainly because it was just like blowing super hot air, and we kind of just felt like we were in an oven. So we stopped using it. Another reason why we stopped using it is because our solar system here is not up to par. And if we have the fan blowing at night, we'll get too low on the batteries. So we can only have it on for a little bit.
So we have to kind of decide when we're going to use it.
Yeah.
We kind of just try and brave it out at the minute. We need to get a generator because we actually do have an air conditioning unit.
Yeah.
But the inverter at the minute that we have
isn't strong enough to turn it on.
How many watts is it?
We have 1,000-watt inverter, and I think we need 3,000.
3,000 someone said for the
get the air conditioner
and the microwave. We can't use the microwave either.
I've been actually really happy without having a microwave.
Yeah.
Like I thought for sure I would be like, oh my gosh, I don't have a microwave. What am I gonna do? But it's been like amazing to not have nasty microwave food. Let's see. Gail says that winter must have been pure murder. I seriously wanted to leave right then. I was so mad, and that's when I got hurt, and Zoe had to shovel the driveway, and it just made me feel like I wasn't a man. I felt like the biggest piece of crap.
He hurt his back really bad, didn't you?
I broke a vertebrae in my back, and I couldn't
fractured a vertebrae in his back at work, and he couldn't do anything. So I had to shovel a drive, which is like we've mentioned, like that. On a regular basis, didn't I? And he had to just stand there like directing, and we just moved there and we were like, people are going to think what an a-hole that you were just like, come on, honey. I've even got pictures of me like shoveling and stuff, and we couldn't. There was nothing else we could do, was there? We didn't know anybody. We didn't know. But it was like he did fall over, didn't you?
I knew you were gonna bring this up. Okay, I fell over a couple times. The first time, we thought the drive was not frozen, and Zoe backed the car out. Look at her covering her face because she knows she's gonna laugh. Okay,
I'm trying not to.
I fell so bad. Okay, I fell. What I did was I had my boots on, and I stepped on something that I thought was just wet, but it turned out it was frozen. And slowly, my leg just started going farther and farther away from me. And I don't know how I actually ended up falling, but gravity won. And I fell really hard, made a big sound, and my glasses do it big.
I don't want to.
Okay, my glasses went like this through the air, like in slow motion, like in My Girl.
Yeah, they're totally like, and I just couldn't. I was sitting in the car and I could not stop. I've got this thing.
I screamed. I'm like, oh my God! And I look up at her, and like I didn't have my glasses on, so I was like squinting, and I'm like, is she laughing at me? She was like cracked up, like you wouldn't believe.
I was trying so hard not to laugh, but it was so funny. It was like slow motion, and he felt, and I was like, are you all right? But I couldn't like, It
didn't come out in one sentence. It was, are you all right? It was awful. Then, if that wasn't bad enough, okay, let's do this.
Have you seen the homemade bucket fans?
No, but I'm gonna look.
We're gonna Google that. That might be something that we can do.
Pump water sprayer, mist it on you, makes a big difference.
Oh my God, that's
you know what
really
it does,
good idea.
and also like I can't remember what I was watching, but they were talking about how in the Great Depression they would hang wet sheets over the doorways.
So the wind blowing through.
Breeze. Because right now we have a breeze, and it's not a hot breeze. It's actually a cool,
it is
comfortable breeze.
There must be things we can do here.
Yeah.
Hi, Liz. In the weather, is the weather there affected by the Santa Ana winds in the fall? I know September can be a hot month in LA County because of those.
Yeah, it is.
Does that mean it's going to be hotter here?
I don't think so, because we're on this side of that range right there.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, beastly snow and a bad back. Yuck. Yeah. I can't read that.
Cool wet cloths on your head or your neck can really, really help you cool off in the desert. Yeah. There were quite a few nights where I would just put like a wet tank top like over me, like a blanket. We just
soak it, don't we? And then just pour it over you, like lie it over you, and the cool does help. Like
within seconds, I'm fine. You know? So that's really the way to go.
It's through the daytime that's the problem, because we just it's like the sun beating down. We haven't got any area outside that is shaded apart from directly outside the front door. So we need to do like we were saying on the thing yesterday on the weekly heat. We change our minds constantly about what we need to do first. Yeah.
Well, like Bill's saying, like put your feet in a bucket of cool water. That's like the pool. Like.
No, seriously, I might do that in here.
Yeah.
Because I've got so much. I've got so many things that I need to do, and in here on the computer and fiddling about making things, doing all that kind of stuff. Because I can't do it outside because everything will just blow away. Yeah. So I can do it in here, but it's like 10 degrees hotter, I would say, in the trailer than it is outside.
Yeah, and it doesn't cool off very quickly.
No, it takes like a good 2 hours.
Yeah, after the sun. Actually,
longer.
That's not even true. It's after we come in from outside, because by like 6 to 7 o'clock, we're outside until midnight. Easy.
Yeah, we often just stay outside because it's heaven. Nighttime is
or ice
heaven.
chests if you have big feet. I don't know if I don't know if I would do that to the ice chests. Yeah, it wouldn't be nice. How are the dogs keeping up in the heat? The dogs are actually quite fine, because Gizmo, he's 16.
Gizmo is an old boy,
and he hated Big Bear because it would get cold every night, and there would be times he would just be laying there, and then he would just start screaming because his like joints were all stiff
Yeah,
from
he
the cold.
did. He was so soft.
So yeah, he's having like he pants a lot
He
more,
pants,
but
but
he never has the screaming fits.
No, he's gone back in time 10 years, hasn't it? He's running about and I often put, like we showed in a past video, I do like a wet t-shirt over him and just lie it, or a wet towel. And he hates it, but when he realizes it's actually quite nice, he just goes to sleep and he's not panting or anything. And I do put bandanas and things, like wet bandanas around them.
Is that kind of what a frog tog is, Jody or Bill?
What's a frog tog?
I don't know. They're talking about.
Oh, is that I think they're the.
Are those the things?
Yeah. What? I was thinking it was the. Like, what? You know, the. Oh, God.
A corsage.
Like the swimming.
And a joke. Like, you go smell my corsage.
With this water thing in it. Ooh, smell the flower. We used to have those as well. Oh, I used to go, oh, look at my. Did you get those plastic rings as well? And you used to go, look at my ring.
Yeah, right, everyone's like, why are you wearing a pearl ring? And I'm like, why aren't you wearing a pearl ring, you dork? Yeah, that didn't work very well.
Yeah, we've got
yes, but it will kind of soak up your sweat and keep you cool. Yeah, rubbery cloth you wet down. Yeah.
Yes,
we gotta do that. Let's just do that.
No, but it's like it's like
Let's
proper.
do that.
No, you have to buy it. It's like proper stuff.
Oh, you have to buy it? They don't just give them away free at the why the hell would I ever buy that store?
I was meaning we can't make it because we've tried it with like the normal cotton.
Yeah.
But it dries really quickly.
I know, but it's enough for me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, Zoe doesn't like having wet stuff in her. Zoe doesn't like having wet stuff on her when she's sleeping because she thinks it's gonna like mildew or something.
No, I just can't. I'm in like a coffin, so getting in there and getting comfy and turning round with like a wet thing. I had it for a couple of nights, and it's
maybe we should do a video inside this coffin you're talking about, because I don't know if anyone really understands.
We're gonna get a GoPro. We're not going for like a big expensive one. We're gonna get one, and we're gonna just put it on time lapse and show you what I'm like in there. Why?
Turn the audio off. Hey, Thomas.
Hi, Thomas. Check up on the comments. I can't.
Weird colors are cheaper. Oh my gosh, I love weird colors.
He really does.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
Let's get some hot pink frog togs up in this biatch. Okay.
That's a really good idea, though. Seriously, if we need something to try and cool us down a bit, because, like I say, we want to get the generator, but I don't know.
It's funny because I think we're getting the generator next week. No,
next
the
month.
week. No, the week after next week. Whatever that week is, that's when we're getting the generator, and with our luck, we're gonna get the generator,
and the temperature's gonna be.
It's gonna be like 70.
Okay, because we need one anyway to be able to use things outside, because we haven't got the amount of power. Look at him; it's been like this since we mentioned getting the generator. We are going to need it for things outside.
Yeah.
Help me out, people.
So anyway, another time I fell down on the ice. I was getting out of the car, and we were parking the car in between these two big shoveled off snow areas, and the car barely fit in there. And so I get out of the car and I step down, and when I stepped down, I just fell like this. Ooh. Like over the
he did do that
thing,
as well.
And then I went,
I can see you doing it.
And then slid underneath the car.
Underneath the car over there.
And she laughed, just laughed, and I'm like, help. I got the wind knocked out of me. I'm like, help me. And she's cracking up like that, and I'm like,
I'm sorry, I'm not a bad person.
And I was seriously mad. I was like, why are you laughing at me?
Oh, he's such a nightmare. But he was like, he wasn't doing that. He was mad. He was yelling and he was pissed off.
But I couldn't get the air to really scream out my yells.
Like, we have a friend, Charlie,
Yeah.
who used, and he's exactly the same as me. He laughs. It's a condition. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
that you can't help. It's like a nervous.
I think
laugh.
you could take some pills for that or something.
If you can, it's a nervous thing.
Charlie, which we won't say his last name because this could get back to him maybe. He really enjoys watching YouTube videos of old people falling. He thinks it's the funniest thing in the world. And he's like, I know it's wrong. I know it's bad, but I can't stop laughing if I see an old person fall. He's like, because when they fall, they usually fall really slow.
You know what my favorite is? My favorite is old people. Usually, but I'm not going to say that. Old people trying to get into a boat off a landing dock, and they get one foot in, and it just starts moving away. Oh, it doesn't even have to be off a landing dock. It can be just in the water, like a lake or something.
Oh.
And they put one foot in, it just goes further and further. That's my absolute classic. I can watch that all day, and it never gets old. Because they do the old, like they do like a slow fall, because you know it's going to happen, but it's in slow motion, right? It's a classic.
The only time you ever see an elderly person fall fast is when they get on a swing, or like a porch swing or something.
Yeah.
Like they go and sit on it, and it just goes, and like their little legs fly up in the air, and they're like, "Whoo!" That's pretty
exercise
good.
machines. That's funny as well.
Or strong dogs pulling them away.
That my mum did that.
Yeah.
My mum is like about how tall is she? About 5'4", maybe 5'2".
If she's lucky.
5 foot. She must weigh about 90 pounds. You think?
If she's lucky.
Yeah, 80 pounds. She's tiny. And she thinks she's huge, which is the even funnier thing. And I used to have 2 big greyhound lurchers, and she used to take them out the wall. Especially when, like, I can't even remember when this is a while ago. And I had Doris, who was the same, one of the dogs, but Paddy, the older dog, passed away, and she had her 2 or 3 little terrier dogs as well. And she'd just take them out. And one time, Paddy, he was like a big male lurcher. He was gorgeous. And she I don't know what happened, but he set off. He used to do like rounds around the big field really, really fast. And he just came back to her, and she thought he was going to go past her. He just took her legs out, and she just went up in the air like that with her little legs in the air, and just went boom on her back, totally winded, couldn't move. And while she's lying there, winded on the ground, Rosie, a little terrier, climbed up on top of her and started eating her treats out of her top pocket. And another time, she set off over a stile, which is like in England, they have like big loads of stone, like walls, like that they actually build them. You know, it's like an art. Stone walls, and they have like stiles, either wooden or stone, so that people can climb over them on footpaths. And she got to the top of them, and the dogs went over and set off, and she just like launched off the top step. And she had like two little like troughs in the ground where her boots had like dragged through them. She was being pulled,
and she's like,
I didn't let go. She still had hold of them with it.
All right, so Bill says pay attention to the size of the tog ordered. Some are smallish. That is some really good advice, because I have odd sizes that need to be accounted for.
What, you personally have
Yeah.
an odd size?
No, yeah, like everything I order is always too small. By the way, how many miles to the nearest air-conditioned place? Take an aircon break. Okay, I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. There is a pizza place, which I've talked about before, so the secret isn't even that good. But they have, like, when you're up at the register, it's, like, near the floor. It's, like, an air conditioning vent that, like, you see, like, you know when you watch movies and you see people like, oh, well, let's climb through the air conditioning vent and we could get out of the building. And you're like, there is never an air conditioning vent that big. This place has it. It's actually, I
Really?
could like walk into it and like crawl through and all this other stuff. But it's just like the hardest gust of ice cold wind. It is so nice. So sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm kind of hungry. I think we need a pizza. And then I just go stand in front of the air conditioner for a little bit.
Leaving me here to sweat to death.
Here, watch this, guys. Would you like to go get the pizza and I'll
No.
stay? Okay.
They're scary in there. They're terrifying.
Okay. Yes,
He attacked-
the one
He
with
was attacking people with a cattle prod.
he
at
wasn't
one point.
attacking. He was asking if he could zap him with the
He was,
cattle
oh,
prod.
he was asking.
But first
them.
he's like, do you think you're a brave person? Do you think you're brave? And you're like, yeah. He's like, okay, let me zap you with this cattle prod real quick. It
See,
doesn't
I'm brave.
really hurt. And I didn't,
He's not even joking.
yeah. And I'm like, well, no, I don't do stupid stuff, but I'm a pretty brave guy, I think, when it comes to it. And then I was thinking about it, I'm like, man, I really screwed the pooch there. I should have let him shock me and I would have been in with the cool kids,
You
right?
got free pizza.
Yeah. Well, then I walk back in to kind of maybe change my mind just as he's zapping this other guy. And this dude almost started crying. And I'm so glad that I didn't go, yeah, go ahead and zap me. Let's see. Yes, the one with the old lady and the Great Dane.
Yes, see?
Boom.
That's exactly what we're talking about. Hilarious.
There was this one Charlie always watched where it was like a lady in a wheelchair, an old lady in a wheelchair, going up to an escalator, and then the escalator flipped the wheelchair over, and then she was just rolling at the bottom of the escalator and couldn't get up, and it just went on forever. And she was just like... And he sent me that video like 8 times, Anyway, okay, I'm still preaching benefits of propane
Oh,
powered jetty.
Bill and the propane.
No
You're
bad
probably
fuel,
very
carb
right.
issues, runs all night on a good sized tank. So a propane powered generator. We will look into that.
He will, Bill, because he's
No,
annoyed
I mean,
having to
if
get
we're gonna
propane
have
for
to,
the-
well, getting propane or gasoline, either one of them is a bad idea. Like we're now dependent on getting gasoline.
But the
or
whole
propane
point
from
is we
somebody.
don't want to be dependent on having to go and buy stuff,
Yeah.
like to run out of
I
it.
want this to eventually be completely self-sufficient. So I want just
It's
like
not,
when
it's never going to be completely. I don't think.
watch it. I want a good solar system, wind turbine, and I think that would cover us if we had a big battery bank. I think we would be okay. But I
Yeah?
understand.
We do need a bigger battery bank. We do.
The cartoonish falls are the best when the fall takes so long.
I know,
Oh
that's-
my gosh!
Seriously,
Yeah.
that's why they're putting one foot in the dinghy or whatever, and it just goes and goes forever. It's classic.
How many saw this clip?
The running fall. That's a
No,
good one.
Yeah, the running fall. Okay, Troy, look this up if you haven't seen it yet. Zoe saw this thing. This chick was trying to run out of a store, and she crashes into a glass wall, backs up, embarrassed, runs into another glass wall, covers her face, backs up,
She's like so
embarrassed, runs into a third glass wall before she makes it out.
Three times. It's just a panel of like glass, and she stands up and she
Classic.
just keeps
Like head first into each
into
one.
each. And I did that once in the Metro Centre in Gateshead in Northern England, and it was a shoe shop, and it was exactly the same with glass all the way around. And I was the most awkward kid ever, and we just got these shoes, done something, and I turned around to walk out, and I literally went slam into the thing. I was mortified. My mum nearly died
Lauren.
laughing. Hey, Lauren, absolutely died laughing at me, and I was like, "Man, come on!" When you're like a teenager, you're like, "Man, stop laughing at me." It was awful. So I feel a pain. She did it 3 times before she managed to get out.
Jody falls downstairs once a year.
Oh, Jody!
I don't know. It was
I
like
know,
a
it's so
security
clumsy.
cam thing with that chick that ran into the thing. I ran into a glass door when I was a delivery guy, like a food delivery guy way back when. And I went to this guy's house that was up this hill, like totally far out of the way, and they got his order wrong. So I had to go back, get the food, and then go back, and that put me totally behind. And he wanted me to bring it into his kitchen and like put it all out so he could like go through it and make sure everything was there. And so as soon as he said everything was there, I turned around and I ran because I was behind on everything. Dude, I was running full speed. Bam! Face first into a glass door. Who has a freaking glass door in their house? I was so pissed. But like when I pulled my face back, it was like this. Like everything was black. And then it started coming back.
I would die.
And when it started coming back, I saw the smudge of my face. The smudge of my face looked like it hurt. Like it was
all
like and and I just got out of there. I was so glad the door didn't break.
Man.
If I would have ran through his door and broke it, that would have been the worst ever. Okay. Liz says, you had greyhound, Zoe? My last dog was a greyhound.
Oh, yeah, I had
She's
two.
huge greyhound.
Huge grey. I would love more here. First one, actually, both of them were Saluki crosses. And Salukis, I don't know if anyone knows, are like, they're the ones with the like droopy ears, and they've got like very flowing, can't really describe it. They're very elegant and thin limbed, really gorgeous. And Doris was short haired because she was crossed, but she had like the classic, like, you know, like a Jersey cow. Do you know what the colour in it? It's like a buff brown, but with tan, like round her eyes and down her front and everything. They were gorgeous. Doris and Paddy. I'll put some pictures up somewhere.
Oh.
I know, I miss them, like, oh, horrendous. Doris, when I actually came over here, I had to leave her at home. And I was going to bring her over, wasn't I?
Yeah.
But she was getting older, and she was a bit neurotic to start with. And I was really worried about her being on like a 10, 11-hour flight by herself. So she stayed with my mum and dad, and my mum absolutely loved her. And she'd take her into the Lake District and hiking and stuff. She was gorgeous. She was my big girl. Yeah, absolutely love greyhounds.
Bill says, big guy clothing issues. Same here. Preach. Pendra says, what are you two currently reading?
Ooh, I am reading James Michener. Hang on, bear with.
I will say that Hawaii, the narration to this book sounds like the same voice you hear like when you're like in the airport and it's like reading directions like how to not get arrested for.
I was thinking
really
about this.
bad.
No, he does all of them, and I actually really like him because he doesn't get like, sometimes people get carried away, and sometimes they're really good in that, like with the different accents and things like that, or if someone's singing, I find that really difficult.
It's
if
like
people
that,
start singing.
It's like, okay, this is awesome. And for those of you who follow me on BookTube, you've heard this story before. The worst audiobook experience I've ever had. I listen to audiobooks in the car. I was stopped at a red light in front of a junior high school when school got out and kids were crossing the street, just as in my audiobook, which was a John D. MacDonald, Travis McGee novel. I think it was Nightmare in Pink. Travis was making love to a lady, and the narrator guy is doing the girl's voice, and he's like, "Oh, Trev, ah, ah."
No.
Yeah, and I was
like me when you try to.
And I'm like, why is the light still red?
That's so funny.
And I couldn't read a Travis McGee book for a really long time.
That's
because
hilarious.
it was like terrifying.
Yeah,
it was awful. It was really bad. Like when kids are looking at you, when you have
can't find like
some
the volume.
some dude pretending to have a lady voice moaning. It was just like the most awkward.
I've had some funny looks because I listen to a lot of horror stuff, and it's not as bad as that by any means, but it could be something like some, really gory description of something, and you pull up at a light and there's people going,
Yeah, I always, whenever I pull up at a light, I turn it.
Yeah, I
all the time
because the
like,
windows are always down.
Yeah.
You know, you're always like, because it's hot most of the time. Even in the winter time, through the day in Big Bear, like when the sun's out, it was still warm. So you'd have the windows down.
If you're
and people would be
stopped
like,
at a stop sign, at a traffic light, in front of a school, volume
anything,
goes down.
Volume down.
Never
If
again.
you forget, you're not going to be able to find that volume button in a panic.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hawaii, I've read a couple of his books, Alaska and Chesapeake Bay, and I've loved them because they're historical fiction.
Have you not read any more than that?
No. This is my third one, I think.
Oh,
They're huge, long books. This is like 50 hours long or something.
It's been going on for freaking ever.
Well, I need it because I can't afford my Audible blooming thing, so I have to get like super long books to last me.
What was I hearing? Someone was drunk driving, and and I'm like, this
is drunk driving.
It was like he was going down a list of like a history of lineage of people dying, and I'm like,
it's really good. Don't let him put you off. It's historical, a historical fiction based on true events of the whole history of Hawaii, how it formed in the very beginnings of time and all that kind of thing, right through to like Pearl Harbor. That's where I'm up to now. I'm
reading The Swords of Lankhmar by Fritz Leiber, which is a Fafhrd and Gray Mauser story. I think it's book 5. And it's started off really good. I haven't been listening to it for a while. But the problem I've had with the last 2 Fafhrd and Gray Mauser books is that they start off so good that like the story, because they're basically a short story collection, but the short stories lead into the next one kind of thing. And the last 2 books started off so strong and so good. And then the last story is just such a letdown that like every time I read it at the end, I'm like, So I'm kind of like slowly reading this, because if I'm all excited and I'm burning through it and then I have another bad story at the end, I don't know what I'm going to do. You'll have to buy gasoline. I know.
We're going to have to. We know we do. Like, he has to go and get gasoline at the, for the car anyway. So I don't see why it's such a big deal to just get a bit extra.
A bit.
I heard that coming out. Oh, God.
Oh, sorry. I hate that I was listening to it and a bunch of slurs were just pouring.
Yes, I know. Stephen King's a nightmare.
You can't listen to a Stephen King audiobook in public. What were you thinking? Oh, man. I almost put the blame on you. Like, Stephen King. Yeah. Like, that guy likes to throw words around like Quentin Tarantino. You can't do that in public.
F-bombs, graphic descriptions,
N-words coming out, like
all sorts of stuff going on there.
Whew, 50 hours even on 1.5 speed. No, you don't speed the books up.
I speed it up to 1.25. It actually depends. Sometimes I'll put it on 1.5 and it doesn't sound bad. Sometimes I put it on 1.25. It just depends on the person, because some people are like, and
it's like me narrating an audio.
Like William Shatner.
Like Jeremy Shatner.
I was going to say James T. Shatner. Serious. My brain.
How I do James it, I started off at 1.5, and then each chapter I'll like speed it up to the next notch, and I could get up to 2.5.
That's like to me. Sometimes he has it on.
If I start like that. But if I like stop listening to it and go do something and come back, if it starts at 2.5, I'll have a panic attack.
Yeah,
like I have to bring it back down.
I'm like, what are you listening to? It's like, I can't do it.
I listen to YouTube videos at 2 speed all the time. I can't. I'm getting to the point now where like my ADD or whatever my problem is, like
he's so impatient.
I cannot watch a video. Like, I don't know how you guys do it. If I had to watch a video of me, Like I would lose my mind if I wasn't watching it at 2-speed. Like the sound of my voice and the pauses and the talking, I would like
it's
blow
driving
my
me
brains
nuts.
out. Yeah, it's really bad.
That's funny.
But
though.
back to that, Troy, that is 100% your fault. You should have known better. You do not put Stephen King out in the public like that. Man.
That is funny though.
Yeah, that's really bad.
I've done it, Troy. It's a nightmare. Stephen King, we should know better.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like, it's fine, and you go on a long thing for ages.
You're right. I should have.
It's serious. You just sort of think, oh, well, this is fine. You know, and you're listening to it and you forget. And then boom, it comes up and you're like, oh, I'm an idiot. That's totally on me.
That's totally on
This
me.
is the other one I'm reading. This is
yeah.
absolutely it's a beautiful book as well. It's super old, and I got it. Did I get this off eBay or
Yeah.
Abe Books?
Oh.
Might have been Abe Books.
Yeah.
But look, it's gorgeous. And this is Vagrant Viking, My Life and Adventures by Peter Freuchen. I think that's how you pronounce it. But he's this huge Danish guy who had the most incredible life. And a lot of it is spent up in Greenland. And it's just historical, you know, sort of non-fiction about his life and all the crazy stuff that they got up to. It's amazing. If you're interested in anything like that, because I love anything like Arctic, cold climates, all that kind of thing. And he had the most incredible adventures, exploration, all that kind of stuff. And there's loads of nature stuff in there as well. And
What did
it's
you
really
spill
good.
on it the other day?
Beer? Oh no, mayo.
That's right. I'm like, was it yogurt?
Yeah, she spilled mayonnaise all over the side.
It was ranch actually. Ranch
Oh, it was
dressing.
ranch. That's right.
Because Shaylee had like tipped it all out and then just left it. And when I took the top off and tipped it, it just went all down the side of my book. But I rescued it. It's beautiful.
You know what? Here, I'm going to give you guys a little insight to living in the desert. One weird thing that I just haven't been able to understand is that even if it's in the fridge,
Oh, you love it, Pendra.
mustard does not have the same consistency here as it does other places. I don't know why. I'm blaming the heat. But even when I leave the mustard in the fridge,
It's bad, isn't it?
it
It's
just
really,
comes out so, like, no matter how much you shake it, it's just,
there's no consistency
water.
to it.
it's just like, bleh.
Peanut butter's like that as well.
Well, the peanut butter is just hot because it's in there.
Yeah,
And we,
But
we
it's
put
like
it-
liquid.
yeah. Mustard. Who knew?
In the fridge.
Even in the fridge, the mustard still comes out like water.
That's weird.
It has-
'Cause mayo's fine and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just like normal mayo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have all sorts
Weird.
of issues. But yes, if you like nature writing, look it up. Pendra, all his stuff. This is like probably too much information for people, but it's advertised like in I think it's in the blurb. What do you call it?
Blurb
The blurb.
or the copy.
Yeah. That he falls down a crevasse. This is what hooked me. He falls down a crevasse at one point, like a huge ice crevasse, and it's stuck there. And the only way he can get out is to fashion a shiv out of his own poop that freezes, and he manages to dig his way out with it. Not even joking. If that doesn't hook you, I don't know what's gonna. Just saying. And he's about 7 foot, this giant. Yeah. Sold. See?
Sold.
Told ya. That's what got me.
Frozen poop shivs. Look out.
That's definitely a hook. Hooked him right out of there with
Oh,
his own poop.
wow, look at you punning it up.
Oh, man. Seriously, that's impressive stuff,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Do we have any-
I don't even know what to say now.
Like you kind of pulled, yeah, exactly, a poop shank, yeah. Wow, talk about class and
I
Yeah.
didn't say anything bad. That's what the book actually has in it.
I know you're doing fine.
Have you
what
got
I
to the
want.
poop shiv yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'm waiting.
It's been a long wait.
I'm reading it along with Hawaii.
When she ordered that book, like a year ago, she's like, "Babe, I just ordered a book where a giant Viking makes a knife out of poop." And I'm like, "Oh."
I was so
I'm like, "Okay, wow."
I'm only like a third through.
Yeah.
It's too hot. I know I'm moaning.
Hey.
We shouldn't moan.
Up top.
Why?
Why are you acting like a dog to a newspaper? Good Lord. What's in that beautiful mug?
Look at it. Isn't it gorgeous? It's actually a flask. It's got the flask on, but this bit that you drink out of, you can take a glug of it, but if you try and go glug, it just pours down my front.
It just comes out the sides, yeah.
Yeah, it's really bad for drinking
But
out of like long amounts.
Not only that, it's hard for you to open.
Because I'm
She's
gonna, I get all shaky trying to like lift the thing. God, I'm pathetic. But it's just, what you call it? Ultralight.
Crystal freaking light.
I keep calling it.
Good Lord. It's been weeks. It's called Crystal Light. And back in the late 80s, early 90s.
I've never heard of it before.
Was it Crystal Evans or what was her name? Some pretty blonde chick with blue eyes. She would do all the Crystal Light commercials. And it was like, I believe in Crystal Light because I believe in me.
Was it that tuneful?
Yeah, it was. You jerk.
But I got this from, where did we get it? Walmart.
Yeah.
My cactus one, isn't it gorgeous? But yeah, because we wanted to get some kind of, because in England, they have a whole section in the supermarket where you have dilutable cordials.
Yeah.
Orange.
It's like it's
punch.
lemonade.
We have all those.
No, not Crystal Gale. I want to say Linda Evans. That's not right.
You said crystal, so you've knocked people off.
Yeah. Crystal meth. Yeah, crystal meth. Her eyes, gorgeous. Teeth, not so much.
Not so nice.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, we have all these really delicious dilutable drinks that you put like a little bit in and then top it up with water. Apparently you don't have that over here.
Not cordial.
Cordial.
Yeah.
What do you have?
See, over here, cordials are alcoholic.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a liqueur.
Honestly?
Yeah.
So you don't have any dilutable drinks?
Well, you have Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it's Kool-Aid, see? That's all that you have. Is that powder or is it liquid?
It's powder. Oh, you're talking about a liquid.
Yeah, we're talking about a liquid that you dilute. Anyway, we wanted something that it wasn't gonna like take up a lot of space and it's not gonna go bad in the heat or anything like that. So we have
she doesn't really like the taste of water.
I
thought she had rabies, but it turns out she checked out okay. So she just doesn't like the taste of water.
I don't mind it if I'm really, really thirsty. I can guzzle some water, but the thought of having to drink the amount of water that we're drinking through the day, it puts me off. I'm just like, I find it really hard to drink, which is pathetic. I know.
So the flavor, there's a lot of flavors, but we have lemonade and iced tea, a lemon iced tea.
Lime cordial. See, the only place we found lime cordial was that liquor store in Big Bear, because Nicola, my friend, is from Sunderland, and she came and she was like, how am I supposed to drink beers?
It was, no, keep talking.
She was like, how am I supposed to drink my, can't remember what beer it was. What's the, Coronas, I think, or something. Yeah. I think it was Corona. But she tops it with lime cordial, and we couldn't find it anywhere. And we found it in this weird little.
What's the stuff that chick made for us? What do you call
limoncello?
Cello. That's what it was. It wasn't cordial. It was limoncello. You got a bottle of limoncello with Nicola.
No, I didn't. It's proper lime cordial. I can't remember what is it Lions or. Lauren will know the actual brand of it. It's like your classic English lime cordial stuff. But I'm talking about just normal, you know, like orange squash, or they have like fruit punch and all different, like an orange barley water and all that kind of stuff. You can't get that over here.
Scotch and soda, gin and orange, and a lemon squash.
Yeah, see? Basil faulty. You don't have that here.
Roses, yeah. But that doesn't have
Roses.
alcohol in it.
No, it doesn't. That's what I'm talking about. It's just a fruit lime cordial that you mix with
Oh.
water.
But when you say cordial, that implies there's alcohol in it.
Not in England.
Well,
Cordial
here,
is just a
it does.
it's just a dilutable drink.
Okay, up
It's
top.
just
We're okay.
it's just
Um,
dilutable lime juice, but she puts it like neat, just like a shot of this, like just lime juice in, so you get like the flavor. I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather put the lime slice in.
Yeah.
But it's a British thing that you top it up with some lime.
Okay, so everyone's location and temperature. Go ahead and drop that into the live chat. Germany is 21 Celsius.
See, that's a nice temperature right there. I'd say that's like your
85.
roundabout your perfect. Hang on,
70.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah. Takes her a little bit. Why don't you just go into temperature?
Near my glasses.
Okay. Let's see here. So, the other thing I was gonna tell everybody is that we're not gonna spoil it now. We're gonna let it gestate for a little bit. But on the creative front, we have a new project that we're gonna be working on.
See, Big Bear is 23 and they're 73 degrees.
Yeah, so it's like 70 probably in Germany. 69, 70.
Yeah, 70, 71, something like that. See, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's a nice temperature. Because the sun's out, it's warm, but it's not ridiculous. Getting much higher than that, ridiculous. If it gets in the 80s in England, people are dying. They're just like, this is ridiculous. And down south in London and stuff, it gets up into like 30
Lauren's
degrees.
in England. It's 14 Celsius and raining. What does that say for the Ashes? Does that mean
Exactly. That's going to be bad news.
what's happening?
I haven't looked. It's
We-
day
we
4,
need to
I think,
know.
or day 5.
Thomas is in Omaha, Nebraska, mid 70s.
Oh, nice.
Omaha. Let me see. I can't remember the name of the place. We played in Omaha on tour one time.
Was it nice? Did you enjoy it?
I kind of did, but they didn't have what they said they were going to have for us there, so I was a little upset. But I met some cool people who were really nice.
I've never been to anywhere over there. We
Yeah.
need to. I really want to go over to the East Coast and explore around there, but eventually we'll be able to do that,
Yeah,
won't we?
we're going to go everywhere.
Yeah, we're going to explore.
Omaha's been weighing pretty heavy.
Oh, East Lothian, Scotland. Late evening. What's it say? 15 degrees. Late evening. Should see some good stars tonight. That sounds like heaven. Heaven.
Nice. Alabama 96.
Oh, that sounds hot. Is it clammy as well? Clammy.
I bet it's
Humid.
clammy.
Scotland, we used to spend, I've said this a million times, but I spent most of my childhood up on the West Coast. All over the West Coast, right up to the top. In Torridon, I believe, we went right up. Loved it. Absolutely loved Scotland. I don't know why we didn't spend as much time over on the East. My dad's a weird man.
Yes, very. Okay, well, make sure Jody's
Oh.
not around any staircases. I don't want her to slip and take a header down the stairs. Zoe's mom fell down the stairs one time because she was changing her clothes at the top and put
No,
two
she
legs
didn't. She didn't.
into one pant leg and fell over.
Seriously, Jodie, she's so bad. My mum, she put both legs down the same pant leg, but she didn't fall down the stairs. We have banisters going down like a landing, and she just fell like that really hard and cracked all the ribs.
Oh,
She fell down the stairs coming out of a little cafe once in the Lake District, and we all were mortified. We weren't worried about
Wait,
whether
what?
she was all right or not.
she what?
She fell down some, there was 4 big steps, and she just tripped off the shop. She just landed on her face on the pavement, and we were mortified. She was fine.
You guys are jerks.
I know.
You either laugh or it's embarrassing for
We
you.
were like, get up, Mom. Are you okay? Get up. She was just laughing. She was absolutely
I could
cracked
totally
up.
see you reddening.
I know, we're looking about oh my God, Mom, get up, you're so embarrassing. Yeah. Me.
Gail is in Bradenton, Florida.
Oh.
About halfway down the west coast.
That sounds
Ooh,
nice.
that does.
That sounds nice. See, 91. I would kill for 91 right now.
They are dangerous.
Yeah, they are.
Bungalows?
Bungalows.
Oh, bungalows, please.
Yeah, we just have 3 little steps at the minute.
Yeah. Which are quite dangerous. I've almost fallen quite a few times.
And when he's going down them, he stomps down the stairs, so the whole thing rocks because we haven't got the proper. Why are you glaring
We're
at
fine!
me? We've got stabilizers and everything, but we need more.
No, we
But
don't.
seriously, me and Shirley, when we're in here, if he goes out, especially in the middle of the night, if he can't sleep or anything, you think there's the end of the world earthquake. I'm sorry.
That you just sleep through. And you don't get up to see if anything's wrong.
Because I wake up and go, oh yeah, he's just going out for a cigarette or something.
Worst fall was at work. My heel caught on a rubber strip meant to keep you from falling. It was sticking up.
Oh
a bit.
no!
Oh,
So it was there to stop you falling. That's irony.
Yeah.
Jody. I do it all the time. I'm always tripping over. I haven't been too bad down here.
I fell in a rabbit hole and broke my ankle.
Oh my God, that's horrendous. They're buggers though. Rabbit holes are the nightmare, especially on the moors and up there. There's all sorts of holes that you fall down holes here all the time, don't you?
What the hell is going on right now?
I'm just saying. He can be walking around. The other day, he yelled at me, right? Because I was going, what? And I didn't want to get up. I was in here, sweating my backside off. And he was outside. And there's just, I don't know if people are familiar with their partner doing this. But there is a constant, my dad was the same. My dad's exactly the same. He can't do anything without there being like a running commentary of what's going on. Not to you, just loudly, so that you're aware. So he was, whenever he's outside, there's like a constant swearing barrage going on, yelling at the dog, doing whatever he's doing. And he yelled at me because something happened. He was swearing, shouting, and I yelled and went, what? And he was like, maybe if you came out or came to the door and saw what was going on instead of just yelling what? And I was like, babe, if I got up every time you yelled at something, I wouldn't be able to sit down ever because it's a constant thing.
Okay. First off, in my defense, I was cooking dinner on an open fire and I kept burning myself. And it was hot and I was trying to move the grill.
He can't do anything without burning himself.
Why can't I
over.
just yell? We're in the middle of nowhere.
You can,
we came
you
out
can
here.
yell, but when it gets past a certain level, if it's just the occasional F word or yelling at something or shouting at Fred or whatever, that's just normal. But when it's several things in a row, I'll go, what? Are you okay?
No, you didn't do that. All you did was, what? And then I'm like, what?
Maybe if you got up and I was like,
and then I said, and you're like, huh? And I'm like, okay, I can't clue you in on all of this when I'm all pissed off and hurt. Just either come out and check on me or
Relax.
Seriously, I wouldn't get anything done if I had to come and check on you every time you yelled about something.
Okay, so here is the worst.
The insomniac gently rocking you to the yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that. On the 3 steps.
That always happens to me. And Thomas, you guys ought to get that trailer tied down. Winds can flip it over.
I
in the
know.
desert.
See?
Gail says Zoe's just doing that horrid, spontaneous, fun stuff. Yeah, because you love fun and spontaneous.
I hate fun and spontaneous.
Hate it. Gail knows.
Didn't see
She
it
hates
coming.
it.
Just felt the snap. 6 weeks in a boot. Matt just screams and falls. Pretty much. You need a GoPro on Matt. That would be so awesome. It's
Seriously.
selective hearing. It is. It is selective hearing, Thomas.
Because I'm always like trying to keep half an ear out in case he actually genuinely hurts himself or something. Can you remember when you fell in the hall? Oh no, you were in
What?
you were in the toilet.
Oh my god.
This is a bad one.
Okay, I'll tell you guys this story.
This is back in the really hot toilet, the hot bathroom
Yeah.
in North Hollywood.
Oh my god. Okay, I don't know if anyone. Okay, maybe you guys will understand this.
We used to have like a big metal like shelving unit thing in the bathroom that was in
And
front
it was
of the
a
toilet.
really narrow bathroom.
You could barely
So-
get in.
Yeah, so we had the thing wedged in front of the actual toilet. And it was kind of cold, and I usually don't wear socks. Unless I'm wearing shoes, obviously. But I'm a barefoot or flip-flop kind of dude. And it was really cold, so I had socks on. And I went to the bathroom, okay? And this is so horrible because I'm going to have to act stuff out. Anyway, I leaned forward for a second.
You leaned forward to get the toilet roll.
Because the toilet roll was on the bottom shelf of said bookcase. So I leaned forward, and because I had socks on the tile, my foot just like slipped like this. And like the force of it launched me into the bookcase. And my head just went on like the metal bit. And I was like, I might have been unconscious for like a second. It was like,
You were
it was
not.
like I don't think I've ever been hit that hard before, ever. And I don't even remember if I screamed or anything.
You did. You yelled. I don't know if you did it. I think you went when you actually did it.
And then it was quiet for a long
Then
time.
he was quiet, and I heard him go, and then it was quiet, and I was like, Babe.
She didn't want to get up and check on me.
And then I was like, oh God, oh no, what's happened? And then I heard him swear, and I was like, oh, he's fine.
Yeah. So as long as I'm cussing up a storm at 4
I was
o'clock
like,
in the
alright.
morning, everything's fine.
Jodie's dead right. She's got that mum. She says, I've got that mum hearing because there's constant noise. It's like a constant noise of
Yeah.
swearing and general mumbling about being pissed off about something or other. That's what he does all day. So you have to tune that out most of the time. And my mum knows
Hey,
about this because she
bacteria.
does. Hi.
Elvis went the same way. Yeah. But you know what happened? Elvis was at least holding his butler's hand. Okay?
Was he?
I don't have anyone's hand to hold when I'm on the toilet. All right?
I was
So-
listening. I'm just saying there's a constant noise going on. But if it gets like a little bit, you can tell. You know when something serious is going on. So then I'll go, what?
Wasn't that crash
Are you
like
alright?
a ridiculously
Yeah, it was
loud
a huge crash. And I was like, oh. And I was like,
So
are you
that
all
crash
right?
should have told you.
I did. I was like, are you all right? Didn't hear anything. And then he was like, beep, 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 and swearing like it. And I was like, fine.
Went back to sleep.
I didn't go
All
back to sleep.
Um,
But I wasn't going to come in there.
I have learned over the years that I cannot just shout. Because, like, you know how when people, like, hurt themselves and they, like, yell a bad word? I tend to yell a string of words together in a string that has never been said before audibly by anybody. And when the first apartment I ever moved into, that was like my apartment, I moved into, we were like moving stuff in. I dropped something on my foot, and at the top of my lungs, I shouted, F me in the A. Okay? But like, you know?
We know.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
And no one ever talked to me in that building. Like, it was very lonely.
When was this? It was very lonely.
The first apartment I ever moved into. Like, no one ever, like none of the neighbors ever talked to me. And it's because that Saturday I was moving in when everyone was outside playing and
with kids around.
Yeah, and like having fun.
He just has
drinks by the pool.
This is what happens. He cannot, when he loses his temper, it just comes out. And I'm like, every time, aren't I?
It's just words.
Yeah, but you're a big, beady guy. They're probably like, stay away from that weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think he's gay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's probably what they thought.
Yeah. Because it was a very commanding demand I made at the top of my lungs.
And he does them frequently, don't you? Just loud yelling. Let me have a look. Matt, tell me you did not fall off the toilet. You didn't fall.
I didn't
completely
fall off the toilet. The toilet shot me into a bookcase. That's the best way to put it.
It's only like maybe a foot and a half away from the toilet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But his foot slipped and he just like launched and headbutted the.
Oh, and you know what else? I had lotion on my feet with the socks on, so it made it extra slippy.
That's right. That's why it was, because he has like he gets really bad cracked heels, don't you?
Just tell him everything bad about me.
No,
I fall down, you laugh. I got nasty feet. I yell words I shouldn't yell. Ugh.
It's just all part of you. It
It's
makes
all
you
part
wonderful.
of me.
Anyway, wait, that's one of my favourite jobs in the world, to rub moisturiser on to your heels.
It's not one of her favorite jobs. She complains about it the whole time. It makes me feel this big.
Oh my God! You said, where's my tiny violin? What about me, who has to touch those things?
Those things. They're my feet. It's a foot.
Anyway.
It's a foot. Okay.
It doesn't feel nice.
Matt Roast Night. No kidding. Whew. Good Lordy Brown. Okay, and so just to bring the mood down a whole lot, Lauren, I need you to root for Eva for me. That's all I'm gonna say.
You can't bring it back round to Strictly. Nobody wants to know about Strictly.
I know.
But yeah, we found out that Eva from Coronation Street, she's not on it anymore.
Doesn't matter.
No, I know. But she's on Strictly, so we're excited.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all we're going to say.
It's a lot of fun to see two people with a marriage like mine. God, we have a good time.
Oh, that's nice to hear. We do, like, we're fully open about things that we're not pleasant, that we don't find pleasant.
What?
What do you mean? It's not.
Can we not talk about my feet anymore, please? I will give you $1 if we
Okay.
stop talking about my feet.
Are you going to make me
I
$1?
could buy her with anything. Yeah. Don't talk about my feet.
Okay.
They're all sad. They're hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
What
was
else
funny
we got
the
to
other
talk
day.
about?
She thought something died, and it turns out it was my flip flop. And she picked it up, and then she made me smell her fingers. And I'm like, get the heck away from me. She's like, smell my fingers. Smell them. Come on, smell them. And I'm like, no.
Just from picking a flip flop up.
Yeah.
Seriously, it was
Who
like
knew?
a matter of seconds.
Let's see. Zoe,
So
what
sweet.
is your Etsy shop called? I need a felt fox.
Oh my God! They're not going to be until Monday. I'm trying to put them up today
Good question. I need a cactus. Just do it.
I'm gonna. It takes time. If anybody has an Etsy shop,
Oh my god!
if anybody has an Etsy shop, they're a nightmare. You have to put all the hashtags in, and you have to be careful about the description and all that kind of thing. And I've got a lot of things to put up at once, and I question myself all the time, like, what should I put? What should I... And
It says you can put 13 tags. Just make them up. That's what I do.
It says we're on 105 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is Zoe Wall Art, I believe. I changed it. It was Jurassic Mini Monsters.
Don't confuse people.
But it's now Zoe Wall Art. All one word.
Yeah.
So go and have a look. But I'm not going to have them up till probably Monday, late on Monday.
Are you getting excited for Strictly Matt?
So expo.
Matt. Matt. Not totally, but kind of. Zoe made me listen to the first episode of the new podcast, Strictly Pod Dancing.
Listen to it.
And,
so good. It's Lauren and the Books and Beardy David.
Yeah. And
who are a couple, and they're doing, if you know, you're from BookTube, she has her channel on there. It's really popular. What?
Nothing, I'm just waiting for you to finish.
Sorry. Yeah.
That's
Love
it.
you so much.
No, but Zoe's like, we have to watch it this year. You need to.
If anybody knows how I can watch it over here, look at
Oh, actually, Bill, if you go to blackstarhomestead.com, on the right-hand side of the page, there's a bunch of links. There's, I think, an Etsy link to her store on there.
Is there?
Yeah, I put one on there.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. But yeah, so Eva.
Yeah, we want Eva to win. There's all sorts of cool people on this show, I think. I don't know many of them, but it looks like quite a good, could be anyone. But let's not talk about it anymore, because people don't like Strictly. Well, maybe they do. But it's really good. But we don't know how
Lauren's laughing at me for even bringing it up. So.
Yeah, Lauren knows. But you quite like it.
It's okay.
You get into it when it's on, don't you? And he'll pretend he's not interested, and then he'll side over and he'll be like, "Well, that's his posture's not great."
Well, I told you last night, whatever Eva's real name is, I can't think of it. She's always Eva.
Tilsley, somebody.
Yeah, she's got she's a very statuesque woman.
Yeah, she is very.
And I don't know if she's going to be able to move.
So he's thinking more about it than
Yeah.
I said. I think she'd be very, very good at ballroom, but I don't know if she's going to manage the old.
What do you do when people are dancing and you're like, up, up, up?
Thumbs in, darling, because sometimes the thumbs like this go together.
Unbelievable. I'm just thinking about Matt Strictly song. It is a good song.
Don't set him
You want
off.
me to sing it?
No. He's going to do it anyway. There's no stopping.
I'll hold back just a little bit. Maybe I'll drop it in a minute. No, I'm gonna wait a little bit. But yeah, so Lauren, do you prefer Coronation Street or EastEnders? This is gonna be one of the deciding factors.
Yes, do it. See, she's just encouraging you.
It's a good song.
It's not a good song. Let me have a look on here. No links on your website. Why do I feel like Matt is lying? I'm sure it's really him more excited than yeah, it is. I'm telling you, he sidles over and he'll be like, pretending he's not interested, and then he'll just be like,
Strictly come dancing. Dancing come strictly. Strictly come dancing tonight.
Don't like the eye contact.
It's the Amanda Lear version.
Terrified. I hope you're happy, Lauren. I hope you're happy. He'll do it all day now. That's the trouble. Once he gets something in his head.
Oh, what was the awful thing that happened the other day that I kept singing over and over again because of you?
A pina colada.
No, that was a couple days ago. But yeah, that one was bad too. Watch more EastEnders. And I bet you watch more Made in Chelsea than Towie.
Jamie Lang's on Strictly. If you watch Chelsea,
That sounds like a bit like a Mason Heat.
yeah. See,
Yeah.
you want to watch yourself if you end up in Finland.
Hey, sexy mooses. No, I don't know if you guys know who Amanda Lear is. I don't think she was ever actually popular anywhere.
Because she sounds like that.
Yeah, but
Look at me. How I'm like,
there was like a lot of like cool like post disco tracks with us singing like that.
seriously.
It's amazing.
I don't know how she ever got anywhere.
Oh, I could tell you. She slept her way to the top.
Oh my god.
I said, you heard it here first, people. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to be, but if anyone knows how, well, I don't know, it's not going to be legal, is it? Try to find out how to watch Strictly.
Oh, yeah, we'll just do a VPN. That's fine.
I really want to watch it because we tried to watch it at, it's just a very typical British thing. It's the run up to Christmas, there's Halloween, there's a movie nights, not a movie nights.
Musicals.
There is a movie nights one as well, I think,
Yeah.
isn't there? Movie nights, musicals, theme shows, and it's just like lovely to watch.
Yeah.
It's like heartwarming. What?
Karaoke for the next live
Oh
show.
my god, no!
Oh my gosh, it'd be so awesome.
I
I'll
have to
do
live with this.
all
Just,
genres. And
just
like,
think before
whenever
you
I
speak,
get
people.
into weird stuff, like there was this
Goes on.
period where I was all into like late 80s, early 90s gangster rap. And I was listening to like NWA and Eazy-E and Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg
Mhm.
and kind of just driving you crazy.
Yeah, you did have a phase of that.
Because the boys in the hood are always hot. Yeah, I was like, and I would like go pick up my kid with like just Eazy-E blared with all the bass like turned up so the car's like shaking just to embarrass her.
They're all encouraging you.
Gotta
I'm
include dancing.
deliberately not reading them out.
Oh my gosh. This is amazing.
No, it's not amazing.
Please do Snoop Dogg. He wishes.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, so I go through phases. Yeah.
Go on, sing some Snoop Dogg.
No. I'm not gonna sing anything. It makes my wife embarrassed.
No, I love it.
No, it's
just,
like 7 times of your mom falling down a flight of stairs in front of people.
it is.
With
Oh.
my money, on my money, on my money, on my mind. Now I'm gonna be doing that all day, Belle.
You know, this is the thing. I can literally just like mention. I don't even have to sing it. I can just say, "Oh, what's that?"
Oh, yesterday you were like talking. You're like, oh, Fred, where are you? I'm like, from a distance.
I said something. Oh, look, from a distance, he looks like something, and he started. And that was
Yeah.
it.
And usually I only know like 1 or 2 words of a song.
That's the worst
So
bit.
I'll
He
just
doesn't
keep
know.
doing them over and over again.
Just on loop.
From a distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun last night. And this was funny. Zoe wanted to record this. There were bats flying around last night. And I don't know what you said, but you said like,
Batula,
no, that was like way later. You said like,
Batkenstein.
no, rewind. She was trying to name bats off of names just like that. So I'm
He
like,
does
oh,
frequently, Lauren.
Warren
Make-
Batty.
Warren Batty. That was the best.
And then Bat Midler.
Bat Midler, Batty Davis, Batty Page,
Oh, and then I did Bert Bat Rat.
Bert Batterat.
So this, she's like, we should be recording this. This should be the podcast. We should do this right now.
Seriously, because that's how we spend our time.
Yeah.
Far too long spending together. Wait till we get chickens, guys.
Wow.
Oh man, that's gonna be. Don't spoil it.
My brain's gonna explode. There's too much happening right now. Oh,
Scott Bakula. Was it?
oh yeah, Scott Bakula. Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
We just sat there because there's loads of bats at night time. So, as I said, when we get the GoPro, we're going to rig it up so you can see them because they dip into the pool.
Oh, thanks,
It's really
Bill.
cool.
I want to put a light in the pool and then put the camera at the bottom of the pool shooting up so you could see the bats skimming off the top of the pool. That is going to be like my...
How about we clean the pool first? Because at the minute, you're just going to look like it's in a swamp. That's what it's like.
Go clean the pool.
I would if we had the right equipment.
Oh.
My
Making
eyebrows.
fun of my equipment, are we? Well, that's the last time I'm letting you near the equipment. There.
We need to clean the pool. Bill, we still haven't got a tarp or anything to cover it. The water's...
It's not leaking. The water's going down because of
The
evaporation.
jury's out on that, but I think it's
not.
evaporation.
I
think
gotta
it is.
do the coffee cup outside so people can see how much water actually gets sucked out by the heat in a day. It's astounding. It is seriously...
We are losing a lot, definitely, from evaporation.
Yeah.
It's really bad. But that's why we need the cover, and we still haven't got one.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a priority, isn't it?
Yeah. I was just waiting for you to tell me that they refunded it.
I don't know if they have yet.
Guess how you find that out.
Okay. But we also need some kind of vacuum. What? We do. We need a vacuum, but most people
Nothing.
most people attach the vacuum to a hose, and the force of the hose creates the
Suction.
suction. But our hose is like a dribble because it's gravity fed
Gravity-fed.
from the tank. So
Yeah.
that's not an option.
Yeah, we got it. We'll take care of it. It's
So
not
we're
an
going to
issue.
have to use the pump.
From the pool.
So we need a hose and a fitting to go onto the net,
Easy peasy.
which you broke. The net,
Oh yeah, the net. I broke the net.
the extender pole, which is the bit we need, is broken.
Why do we need that?
Because that's the bit that you reach out so that you can get all the edges.
You could stand in the pool and do it.
Yeah, but you still need... Are you going to go underwater to hold the head of the thing?
There's this much water in the pool.
I'm so devastated. This is my birthday present. There's more than that. Are you going to squish my head?
No. Quit squishing me.
There's like that much water in. It's devastating. But we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get
We
there.
got it.
We got it.
We got this ass.
Do you know what? We've got so many things that we need to be doing.
That we should go do it.
No, I don't mean like that. We're going to do a trash video, which is going to be super
Oh, yeah.
exciting.
Is there anything you guys want to see us go over or do? Like one of the things we're gonna do in this trash video is go through all the different ways we deal with trash, which sounds stupid, but when you think about it, there's actually a lot involved because we don't have trash pickup. So like we either take stuff to the dump, we either burn certain things, we recycle certain things, we compost certain things. And we kind of wanted to go over all that because I'm trying to get to the point where we're only buying things that we can actually either reuse or recycle. I'm even getting to the point now when I'm shopping, like I won't buy, because for the only thing that we were having a really hard time with was when you buy packaged meat or whatever at the store, it comes in like a styrofoam thing.
And it has that gross pad
Yeah, I
that
freaking
soaks
hate
all
that.
the juice up.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you're supposed to do with that because it stinks.
Hey, Mark.
Neat. Hi,
Yay.
Mark. Anyway.
Hi. Hi. Oh.
Here he
Dave,
is, the man himself.
did you miss us talking about Strictly Pod Dancing?
because we're not going to talk about it again. I'm done. We're not talking about it. Go Eva.
We've been
Your
telling
past
everybody
history.
about.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just telling David that we've been. Why are you being creepy?
I'm not. What?
We were talking about Strictly Pod Dancing, and I listened to the first episode, and it was awesome, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Why are you being weird?
I'm not.
Creepy.
I'm just
This-
hanging out with my wife.
You're being weird. Dave, it's actually a flash.
Why are you screaming?
I don't know. I got excited.
I know. We scream when we talk to the chat,
Sorry.
even though it's right here and we're talking to you anyway. Your past history. What part of the past history?
We actually covered a little bit
Yeah.
on our Patreon thing.
Build
didn't
a
we? But
cabin out of eco bricks. Oh, I did. I'll go back and watch it later. You guys are very kind. Thank you. Glad you enjoyed it. Oh, thank you for doing it.
yeah, seriously, I'm so excited now. Stop talking about it, guys.
Okay.
We're just talking about Strictly. It's so exciting. It is that
It
exciting.
is that exciting.
I'm
I've
so-
never understood why a show has judges, but what the judges say really doesn't matter at the end of the day, and it's just a popularity contest that normal people could vote for by calling in. Never understood that. Like, why
because
have a
they need
judge
to learn
if the
each
judge
week.
isn't?
How are they going to improve?
But the judges technically have no like point on the show.
Yeah, they do.
They have no
Dave, chip in
power.
here. Yes, well, they don't, but they're
No,
influencing.
they don't.
They're influencing people, and they end up on the. Depending what the judges do, they put them on the.
Do you think that's really how it is?
Yes.
You don't think it's just people? That,
No, the judges give a score, and they end up on the list. And if they end up at certain points, they're going to be in trouble. You have to get certain amounts of points.
but aren't those points based off of people voting in, calling in and voting?
Yeah, but they get to go if no, that's the judges.
Oh, the judges pick the bottom three.
The judges give the scores, and then depending on who's the last
Yeah,
two,
yeah,
they
yeah,
have to
yeah.
do the dance off, and then it's up to the public.
Okay.
So the
I
judges
got a
are-
little X factor there. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's called entertainment, Matt, not to be taken seriously.
What?
Shots fired. Lauren, you better watch it. Oh my gosh. All right.
It is entertainment.
Yeah, it is. It's okay.
It's the best.
I didn't mean to poo-poo with a frozen poo shiv on Strictly Come Dancing.
Best part of that book. I haven't got to it yet. But
The part where he gets to go on Strictly Come Dancing.
He would be.
He was dancing strictly with an Eskimo lady and then took her in the attic on some furs and did some
Enjoyed
stuff.
the evening with her.
Yeah.
No, he's like 7 foot tall. And they were in this little room and they were dancing. And he had to open the attic hatch so that he could dance. Like standing up.
Yeah. Kind of like me. Always having to open the attic hatch just to do anything.
No, it
Because I'm so tall.
it's not.
I'm not that tall.
You're statuesque, though.
I'm statuesque like Eva. Got some
She's
statuesque
not really
thighs.
called Eva.
Why are you trying to ruin stuff for me?
I'm sorry.
It's
like,
called entertainment, Zoe.
It's like Kylie's not really.
Why are you doing this? Gosh. Has anyone here ever stopped watching a show that they really liked or stopped reading a book series they really liked because one of your favorite characters was stupidly murdered or killed off? I'm very interested in this.
I stopped reading a book once because I found out that the dog was going to die in it, and I was like, I can't handle that, so I just never read the end of it.
What book?
Can't remember now.
Thanks, Pendra.
Nope.
Thank you. Thanks so much for that.
Lassie. Little as hell, but they're all dog related.
Little Solo.
It's like on Friends when Phoebe's like, she doesn't know what the end of like she thinks the end of Old Yellow's all happy and stuff because her mum used to go, well, that's the end, and turn it off before it got to the sad bit, and she
Yeah.
was like, what? surprised. She was mortified.
Spoiler alert, I stopped Vikings after the main dude died.
Oh,
No, I pushed through it. Spoilers. Yeah. I stopped
Do you know what?
Vikings after season 2.
I love Vikings.
You still watch it.
Oh, I haven't seen the last season. I actually like.
Um,
What's the other one I like as well?
Nordsman.
No, that is awesome.
No, The Last Starfighter.
No.
The Last
The
Kingdom.
Last Kingdom.
Yeah.
That one's really good as well. I didn't think it was going to be at first, but I really got into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, when Ragnar, you know, that was bad. But I still pushed through because there's other characters I like in it. I do love it though. Vikings is the best.
Yeah, I just got a little annoyed at how... Do you guys watch Hell on Wheels? If not, you should give it a try.
I love Hell on Wheels.
Yeah, that was really, really good.
Love it. How much did we see of it though?
I watched all of it.
I haven't. I think
you
I've only
sure?
seen the first season. And Deadwood, I want to watch that as well.
Yeah,
We watched the first season of that, but I haven't seen the second
that
season
was
yet.
really
And
good.
Deadwood's awesome. I love it. Ragnar Lothbrok.
Sybil dying in Downton Abbey.
What?
Did that...
I'm only kidding. I haven't
Okay.
seen it.
I was like, uh-oh.
That was
I'm going to have
good.
to
That
deal
was
with this
good
all day.
No,
That was the best acting you've ever done.
I know that.
Right
Was...
in the bedroom.
Oh my god! So sorry, everyone. So sorry. Now, my mum and dad loved Downton Abbey. Haven't seen it for years, but I do love it. I really enjoyed it, but I haven't got into it like everybody got into it. But I probably should.
If I stop watching something, it's because I get bored or lose interest in it.
Yeah, that's what he's like, isn't it? You're just like, nah.
If it gets to the point where I could finish the actor's sentence and he's going to do exactly what I think he's going to do, then I could watch it in my head and I don't need to spend the time watching it.
I'm terrible.
But
because
like
I'm
after
the opposite.
the second season of Vikings, it was just like he's going to say this and do that.
It gets
and
much
then he
better
did it.
after the second
Well, I
season.
know from
You-
what
you-
everyone says, but it was
And
just like,
you've watched it when I've been watching a bit of it. You've kind of enjoyed it, haven't
Yeah.
you? More?
but I enjoy it more when I know I could walk away from it.
Yeah, I
But
love
like
it.
when Sons of Anarchy was the same way, and I don't
Oh,
know
I love
why I kept watching that, because it's like, I'm gonna go do this thing, and then I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this. And then what does he do in the next scene? He goes and he does that thing, and he does this, and he does that, like he just said in the scene before. Now I need you to go do this thing over here with that guy over there and do that thing. What are they going to do next? You guessed it. All three of them are going to go do that thing that they just said they were all going to do.
This is
And
why
you're like, why the hell am I watching this stupid ass show? It's really annoying. Like, exposition for no reason. Just let them go do it.
see how angry he is. This is why we can't watch
It's
anything anymore.
ridiculous. It's like, dude, I'm getting older. I only have so much time left. Don't waste it by like foreshadowing everything you're going to do by seeing exactly what it is you're going to do. Good God.
This is it. This is my life.
Uh,
Watching movies, he's like that. Oh, he's literally going, oh, all the way through.
Fargo's awesome. I stopped
Oh,
watching The
Fargo's
Walking
so good.
Dead because Rick is still alive. I stopped watching The Walking Dead for a long time because this is how Walking Dead is put together. Something crazy happens in the first 2 minutes. Then we have the long credit sequence that's unnecessary. We know what show we're watching. Then it's a bunch of people sad and maybe even possibly crying because the world has ended. And nothing really happens for 45 minutes. And then a zombie gets in, or something happens, and someone gets hurt, and then it's over. And it's like, why the F is this show 45 minutes? It's like
Nothing happened. Like, I could have done that in like a minute and a half. Like, everything important that happened in that show, minute and a half tops. And that's with the long shots of people going like this.
Seriously.
It's like, freaking heck, man. So yeah, but then we kind of started getting back into it, and but then we didn't watch the last season.
We need to watch it.
Yeah.
But it is frustrating, but I'm so much more forgiving about stuff. I like just
Jody
being-
says Nightfall. There's a Downton movie coming out next month.
Yes, there
What?
is. There is.
Can't beat Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad was awesome. CSI franchise.
Oh,
What about Doc Martin?
There's Fred.
What?
Hey, Fred.
Oh, hey, Fred. What's going on? I never watched Doc Martin. I know
Never-
Zoe has.
No, I
Deadwood
haven't.
was good at knowing when its time was over. Yeah, but isn't it coming back right now?
Oh.
Inspector Poirot. I like him. He's got a
What's
fancy
coming back?
mustache. Deadwood, isn't it?
Yes, I believe it is.
I stopped Walking Dead when that truck full of food sank in the lake. Sometimes you have to let good guys win. Oh, dude, tell me about it. That's so funny. That's so funny. I was like, oh.
Good God. Right
Let's see. Yeah, I couldn't finish the first season of Walking Dead. I couldn't tolerate it anymore. I couldn't hang with Man in the High Castle. Neither can I. That
No.
looked bad.
No, my dad.
I don't like the look of
My
it.
dad was like, it's a bit depressing, but it's really good. The minute he said that, I was like, no.
Your dad thinks Merlin looked good.
I did.
That show to me looked
Jody
horrendous.
loves Merlin.
I just thought it looked
Just
bad.
saying.
I love Walking Dead. Black Sails is awesome. I think we tried that.
We tried Black Sails because I love the guy in it. I can't remember what he's called.
But you
'Cause I can't
also
remember
watched
anything.
all of Frontier.
Oh, I love Frontier
Is
as
that
well.
the Jason Momoa one?
Yes,
Good
Lauren.
God.
Watch it. Oh, that was awful.
Yeah.
That was
Like,
scary. It wasn't that bad.
it was bad. It was like,
It wasn't that good.
it wasn't.
Toby Stevens, yay, that's
Hey,
him.
is Toby Stevens the guy that read
Ooh,
those
Paul Saul.
Philip
That's really
Marlowe books?
Yes,
He's the son of
he's
Maggie Old Lady.
he's the son of the lady in Downton Abbey.
Okay, Toby
Maggie
Smith.
Smith.
Maggie, insert any surname
I think
here and
it's
it would be
Smith.
okay.
Yeah.
Toby Stevens reads
Goliath. Yes, Bill. We loved that.
yeah, that was pretty
we really
good.
enjoyed that. That was so good.
I can't remember what it is,
Yeah,
but
he is yummy.
I don't remember if it was actual audiobooks or if it was an audio drama BBC put together, but he does the Raymond Chandler Philip Marlowe series, and like I'll never be able to not hear him when I read Philip Marlowe now.
He's so
He
good.
was so good.
He was really, really
Oh
good.
my gosh. Legend of the Seeker. I do not know what that is.
I've not heard of that.
It sounds familiar. I just don't know
Legend of the
why.
Seeker. Haven't seen that. Is that the one
Oh
with
God, I've seen that.
Hellboy? What's he called?
Perlman?
Yeah. Is that Ron Perlman? Because I keep seeing that and I keep going, oh, where are you going? No,
What?
where are you going?
I'm going right here.
I hate it when he does this.
You're in control. Keep talking.
I
Why
don't
do you
like
do that?
it. I don't like
I'm right here.
Toby Stevens was also very good. Oh, yes, he was. Mr. Rochester. I can't remember the name of the girl. Who was in that?
Don't think too hard. Keep reading. What's going on?
Oh, he was
do you
really
need
good in that.
glasses?
I've got my glasses on my head.
Oh, okay.
They're really dirty, though. Oh, Terry Goodkind. We're going to have to watch that as well. Boardwalk Empire.
Oh, Boardwalk Empire was pretty good.
Ruth Wilson. That's it. She's got like a pouty front lip,
Okay.
and she was in. It was like a BBC drama. Is it Bleak House? Rochester. Someone help me. I can't remember. Oh no. Take it, Zoe. Time to fly solo. He's right there, but I'm freaking out. I don't like it. Jane Eyre. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. I've read all the...
Oh, I thought that was a rap song.
What?
It's time to go solo. I thought that's what was happening
Please don't
right
set
now.
him off. No.
Is that Vanilla Ice? Oh my gosh.
Oh, Luther.
Luther was awesome.
Ruth Wilson was in Luther.
Oh, she's the redhead chick in Luther.
She's got like a big
Luther,
lip.
Luther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You loved Luther, didn't you? I don't think
I
I've
did.
ever seen it.
Yeah, you bull.
Did I not?
It had Chemical Brothers with Hope Sandoval singing in the intro.
Poldark. Outlander. Now, Bill. Outlander. I read the first book.
It's kind of rapey, ain't it?
It's very rapey.
Yeah.
Very. But that wasn't what put me off.
Obviously. Oh.
Did you hear that, guys? I need to clean my glasses. Outlander, okay. I read the first book and I really, really, really enjoyed it because it's set in Scotland, obviously. It's like the Jacobite uprising and all that kind of stuff. And it was awesome. It was really good adventure, all that kind of thing. But for some reason, the woman in it, who is the main character, is really annoying to me. She's like a know-it-all a little bit. She's just like, and she puts herself in awkward positions where he has to come and rescue her all the time, which is good in one way because yeah, she's badass and she does all that thing. But I'm kind of like,
It's like the Popeye playbook. Like Olive Oil goes and gets herself into something with Brutus, and then Popeye has to go save her once she realizes she's in.
yeah. But she's a good character. It's just, I don't know what it is. In the book as well, it irritated me a little bit that she's just like, she just can't keep her mouth shut about stuff. And I can see how people would be like, yeah, that's awesome. She's like standing up for herself and all that kind of thing, which is good. But in certain situations, I'd be like, zip it. You're better off zipping it. And I've got up to, I enjoyed the show. I can't remember what season I got up to. Season 2, I think.
You watch that much of it?
Yeah, because it's in 2 parts each season, so it's like a huge season. Then it's like the second part of the first season, so it was really like 4 seasons in British time.
Whoa!
Yeah, and I got that far, but I haven't watched it anymore. I kind of miss it, but at the same time, I'm a bit yeah. See, Bill, there's something. Let me see. Oh, really? Poldark I haven't seen. I really want to watch Poldark because I love the guy in that. If anyone has, I can't remember what he's called either. Please help me. But I can't. I'm so bad. But he used to be one of the 3 main characters in Being Human, the British version. Man, that was a good show. He was the vampire in it. He was a vampire werewolf and a ghost. And they're just like young people living in a... Aidan Turner, thank you, Pendra. He's awesome. And he's in Poldark, and I want to watch that. It's like another historical... hang on a sec. Ruth Wilson will be the female lead in the new series of His Dark Materials. That is amazing to know. Is she going to be Lyra? No.
Hey, if Mark is still in the chat, Mark, what is your favorite Fawford and Grey Mouser book?
Yes, tying herself to a train track, Bill. Exactly. Really annoying. The Outlander.
Yeah.
She's just annoying. She manages to get herself.
Did she tie herself to a train track?
Not in the ones I've seen,
Oh, okay.
but she would. That's just exactly what she would do. That's exactly it. Oh, she's the bad. Yeah. Oh, I will watch it. She's like, I don't want to spoil or anything, but His Dark Materials. Oh my God, they're such good books. I'm gonna have to read them again before the series comes on. I'm gonna have to read them, reread them. I might get them on Audible and then I can listen to them.
How big are they?
I don't know. They're quite hefty, but they're probably not on Audible. They won't be too bad, I don't think. Yeah, figuratively ties himself to the train track. That's exactly it. Every time. And the poor guy has to go and rescue her and gets himself beaten up, and horrendous things happen to him. Worse, if you've watched it, really bad stuff. And I'm just like, just let her get on with it.
There's more fish in the sea.
There's plenty more fish in the sea. What else? No, she's the bad. Yeah, his Dark Materials. I think it was Lauren and David that I heard about, or it might have been David's podcast that I was listening to. That told me about the His Dark Materials TV show, and that's going to be good because the film looked nice, but didn't like it. You haven't read them, have you?
No, I saw the movie last night.
Yeah, that's not good. The books are really, really good. Mark says The Swords of
Lankmar?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one I'm reading right now. And I'm afraid it's going to get bad. Not that the other ones were bad, but they just kind of, the last stories in them weren't as good as the opening.
What were you saying now about the Swords of Lankmar?
Yeah.
And you worried it's going to be bad?
Well, no, it's just like the last two books before this one, the last stories in each one weren't as good as the beginning of it.
Oh,
and so it kind of ends.
I hate that. That's why I'm not a fan of short stories, because
it makes
there's always good ones and bad ones.
But it's not like just random short stories. Like they run into the next one. They go together to make like a narrative. But they're all very separate pieces.
Oh, that's maybe not as bad.
Yeah.
Bill said we need to read some Edward Abbey.
I don't know Edward.
I don't know Edward, but what's Edward Abbey? Let me know. We need to look into stuff because I'm always open to new, awesome book recommends. Monkey Wrench Gang. Oh. Desert Solitaire. Oh, that sounds like it might be too close to home. Mark says it holds up better.
Good.
So we're not going to do.
That's good. Have you been? I was reading the new Marvel Conan. Okay. I don't know.
Oh,
I
you
don't
built
know.
the can of worms here.
Damn it, Mark. Okay. I was really liking the new Marvel Conan, sort of. Like, I was just excited that there was a new Conan. And for the most part, it seemed like if there were changes to the character, they weren't so bad that you wouldn't be able to know that you're still reading the Conan book. But then there was this bit. And because I read like the old Savage Sword of Conan, and the last one I read, even, he did this. But basically in this Conan issue, like these girls were kind of throwing themselves at him, and he's like, oh no, I respect women too much to have my way with you or whatever. And I'm like,
that's just weird.
And I'm like, who the hell is this guy? I'm like, this isn't Conan. Who, like, did somebody like come in here and like do like a skin swap and like steal Conan's face? It just like, it felt so weird and forced that I kind of, I was waiting for Marvel to destroy it because that's kind of what Marvel's been doing. If you guys really want to see me lose my top, this could do it. And when I heard they got Conan back, I got really scared and I thought it was going to be awful. Oh man, I wish I could use that word, Bill, in like normal dialogue. That word used to be fun. We used to say that word and everything was fine.
Not anymore.
Nope. There's certain words you just can't say, and that's one of them. Dang it. I want that word back.
Seriously, that's
the problem.
Yeah.
There's word police now.
Bill, this is Edward Abbey, and I'm sold.
Yeah.
That's all I'm talking about. Look at that. And the books look amazing. Look,
Wow.
Seriously.
Honestly, it's a good thing that he's no longer with us because I might have just lost my wife. Whenever there's some like weird, creepy homeless guy like wandering around a gas station, I have to like cover her eyes so she doesn't see
I
him.
like a beard. What's wrong with that?
It's not just a beard. You like a beard and like a dude that looks like he rolled around in his own feces for a couple days. She's so bad. Yeah. Uh-oh. Okay.
I have got a type.
You do have a type. So anyway, so I was worried because first I heard Gail Simone was going to write the new Conan, and I completely lost my...
Good on you, Bill. That's all I'm saying. Good
Yeah.
on you. Seriously. I have this all day, and I totally agree with it. So I'm not going to get political. We're not going to go into it because we could go on forever. And he will lose his mind.
I'm already very close to it.
I know, but seriously, the fact that we've got today that you can't talk about anything, you can't make any opinion about anything without being incredibly offensive to people, somebody or other is going to be offended by what you say. And it's getting to the point where you can't actually
And a lot of the times
anything.
that makes it frustrating for me is that there's a lot of times when I would like to talk about something that's not offensive by me wanting to know more about something or for me to have questions about something, but I can't even bring it up because then I'm insensitive.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do?
That's when my mum visited last time, we got talking about stuff, and she was like, I honestly have got to the point where, and my mum, I was brought up, like, my parents are super liberal about stuff, but don't get wound up.
I'm not.
They're super liberal, but they're not like ridiculous about things. You know what I mean? But it gets to the point where she said that she couldn't join in a conversation anymore. Like, she just has to sit. She was frightened to open her mouth in case she was going to say something super offensive that's going to upset somebody. And that's exactly how I feel. I can't talk or ask somebody something because you're so worried you're going to say something.
And it's hard because we have a teenage daughter who, a lot of times, just to be bad, I still will say something that if I said it to anyone other than my child would be totally offensive.
Yeah.
And
you just do it.
She's starting to not enjoy it very much.
She used to just laugh, didn't she? Be like, Dad. But now she gets really pissed off.
And I'm not used to that. No. I'm used to being the funniest guy in the room. But Mark, back to Conan. I would like to hear what you have to say about it. But I did see Steve's video about Conan Exodus, the Conan with no dialogue. I'm so interested in that like I don't even know what to do. And then also the title that they had for Belit. I'm really curious about that, but from what I saw, the sales from that are horrible. So I don't even know if they're going to finish it. I don't know how long that was supposed to be, but that was one that I was actually excited about because it's a story about a great character who we only got a little bit of in Queen of the Black Coast. So to have more Belit would have been awesome, but I'm afraid that that's going to just get canned. But yeah, so I don't have a lot of hope. And every time I think I'm over exaggerating, I go back and I look at Savage Sword of Conan, like the original Savage Sword of Conan. And the one I read last night, I was reading it, and it was the Black Colossus one. I think it was issue 4. And he went and he saved the day. He saved the princess. And then he grabbed himself like 3 chicks and he's like, yeah, I'll be back in a fortnight. And they're like, wow, look at him go. He's going to be king someday. Da, 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 da. And he's just like, ha, 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 I'm walking away with ladies.
That's Conan now. That's the whole point. That's what his character is in a time. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Oh yes, listen to Bill. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Mark, let's see. Sales may be bad but great. Valeria replaced Belit. Do you mean Valeria replaced Belit in the comic, or just in like the movies? Because like reprints are outselling new books. That says a lot about the industry. It does. Oh my gosh, I'm like ready to explode.
Seriously, you really you're pressing all his buttons.
Oh my gosh.
Pendra, I hear you. There's always a drama on BookTube at the moment because of the diversity nonsense.
Oh my gosh, you push more button. Oh, I am having the heart.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
To me, everything has a time and a place, and I think books and everything else, this is just my thing, and whether it's right or wrong, things should be judged on whether they're good or not, whether they're entertaining or not on whether they're ticking all the boxes and making sure everybody feels okay about something. Something is either good or it isn't, you know? All people trying to get people to be filling roles in a company just because they fill a role, but they're not actually good at their job, is crazy to me. I'm not going to be offended or bothered by anything. Nothing bothers me. People can live their life however they want to live it, as long as they're not hurting each other, you know? Doesn't bother me. That is not going to be an issue, or it's not going to affect whether I'm going to buy a book or not, you know, depending on race, gender, whatever. None of that is of any importance to me whatsoever. It's whether the book or the film or the TV or the comic or whatever is good.
Yeah,
that's it.
I will
it.
vote with my wallet, not with how many tweets I can post and how many likes and retweets I can do.
Yeah.
I'm not into ending people online. All of this weird malarkey. BookTube's like a whole other thing. Like
I love BookTube.
I do too.
But it's got to the point where you've been avoiding it.
I've been avoiding it because I feel like I can't say what I want to say without getting like half the people that I even know on BookTube, like getting to the point where everyone's really upset. I find Tarzan books to be good fun, but I went to a Tarzan video on YouTube the other day and the comment section was closed. God only knows. The toxic pit. Oh man, dude, and that's the whole thing. You cannot hold things that were written a long time ago to the same standards that people have today. That's just like that's crazy.
Everything has a capsule of time, and you can't. It's when people go back and alter things, it freaks me out. Do you know what I mean? Like changing it to be non-offensive to now. It's like rewriting history, and that's not what it's about. It's like pretending things didn't happen. It's better to understand that, surely, and just like take it for what it is.
Troy's such a jerk. Mark, I gotta talk to you outside of here about that. Huckleberry Finn, exactly like Mark Twain. Good Lord.
Exactly.
But like, I mean, even To Kill a Mockingbird, you know, like that's like one of your favorite books, and like now that would be, and I mean, It is. I absolutely love that. The film, everything about it. There were a couple tags or readathons or whatever that went around a couple months ago that made me so mad. And it made me mad because people who I had respected and cared about on the BookTube community were taking part in this stuff that I just felt was an awful thing to participate in. And nobody seemed to see like the actual damage that doing something like this. And I know I'm being really vague right here, and it's because I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. I don't want to start a bunch of crap. But it's just like Thomas, exactly. Exactly. Never, never. I just don't understand it. Yeah, I don't get it. And good. That still required reading. To Kill a Mockingbird. To Kill a Mockingbird. Yeah. It's such an awesome book. It like bums me out to the point. It really makes me sad. It does. Me too. And like I don't know if you follow the BookTube stuff, but what we've been doing to kind of try to get past this period of awkwardness on BookTube is we're reading through the original Weird Tales pulp
We haven't
magazine
done that this week.
from the 1920s. I know, we got to do that.
Yeah.
And there was, and I'm not going to do it because I did it on the video, but there was a phrase that was used that might be an actual scientific phrase from that time period that I misspoke. And Zoe's like, you edit, stop the recording. You need to edit this out right now.
See,
you said it wrong. Like, people are going to lose their freaking minds. Stop it. And like, she was totally right for telling me that, because that would have happened.
I know, but I feel like I'm letting myself down by saying that, because really it's just a genuine accident.
Yeah.
And you're not offending, well, you might be offending people, but it's not an intentional thing. You're not a horrible,
and it's like
racist
a word that was being used.
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole thing's weird. So anyway, if you only read inside your own bubble, you don't see the whole world. That's exactly true. What blows my mind is artists and writers attacking each other over PC things. Why? Oh my gosh.
Seriously.
I don't know if we should talk about this secret project. Okay. Well, we're in the process right now of starting a comic book. And it is totally action, total like pulpy fighting, good versus evil, just exciting comic book stuff, like Silver Age, Bronze Age comics. And that's kind of what we've been working on. Well, what I've been starting to put back together for us to work on. So we'll give you more info on that when it comes. But it's just one of those things that I feel really passionately about. And we were talking about Bukowski last night. Do you have the quote? There was this Bukowski quote that we were going back and forth on trying to figure stuff out. Love the old Doc Savage. Oh my gosh, Doc Savage. I am a huge fan of the Spider. And the Spider is kind of like what Batman turned into, but the Spider was like a little more vicious, I think. Did you find it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Zoe will read. Oh.
You can read it.
Zoe is not going to read
You're not going to read the whole thing. It's huge.
Well, that's okay. If it doesn't come bursting at you in spite of everything, don't do it. Unless it comes unasked out of your heart and your mind and your mouth and your gut, don't do it. If you have to sit for hours staring at your computer screen or hunched over your typewriter searching for words, don't do it. If you're doing it for money or fame, don't do it. If you're doing it because you want women in your bed, don't do it. If you have to sit there and rewrite it again and again, don't do it. If it's hard work just thinking about it, don't do it. If you're trying to write like somebody else, forget about it. If you have to wait for it to roar out of you, then wait patiently. If it never does roar out of you, do something else. If you first have to read it to your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your parents or to anybody at all, you're not ready. Don't be like so many writers. Don't be like so many thousands of people who call themselves writers. Don't be dull and boring and pretentious. Don't be consumed with self-love. The libraries of the world yawn themselves to sleep over your kind. Don't add to that. Don't do it. Unless it comes out of your soul like a rocket. Unless being still would drive you to madness, suicide, or murder. Don't do it. Unless the sun inside of you is burning your gut, don't do it. When it is truly time, and if you've been chosen, it will do it all by itself, and it will keep on doing it until you die or it dies in you. There's no other way, and there never was. So that's just like a really harsh, the truth kind of thing from our good friend Chuck.
Yeah, he doesn't mess around, does he?
No, he doesn't mince his words. He's very to the point.
But you, like, reading that, you were, the whole PC thing and all that kind of stuff with the comic and the names of people that he needs to pick, you know, for things, and you're just questioning everything in it, aren't you? Because it's that same thing. Like, what do you do it for you, or do you do it because you think it'll be popular with people?
Yeah.
And that's like, really, you should be doing something because it's inside of you and it's something that you love doing.
Yeah. This is a story that I've had since like 98, 99 that I've been putting together. And it's a very, very, very long, drawn out story. And it's just like that because I've had it for so long. And there's a part of me that's just like, you know, whatever, I'll ditch it. But every time I say I'm going to walk away from it, I keep coming back and I keep coming back and I keep coming back. And I've thought about doing it like 100 different ways. But the way that always made sense to me was doing it as a visual medium. And there was one point when I actually was trying to put together a wrestling promotion in LA to act out this thing, because that's kind of how it was. And it's very like action, fighting, violence, blah, blah, blah. And I wanted that story to be told, but I couldn't get all of that together. So I was thinking to do it in video game form. And when I was putting together those little 8-bit video games, I even did a game of it, and it wasn't very good. I think you could check Walmart.com for that mug. Yeah, so tentatively right now it's called The Pit. Walmart. And you'll be hearing more about it as we go, and we'll be posting artwork for it and stuff like that.
But again, it's tricky, isn't it? Because you're torn between two worlds with comic stuff.
Yeah.
Whether you're going to go and try and fit into everything that's going on at the minute, or you just do something that you love doing and you hope that people who are like-minded and who miss everything just being entertaining.
Yeah.
You know, without having to tick every single box to make it okay.
Yeah.
You just have to hope. But I don't want to bow down to that. Like,
I don't want to bow down to it, and I also don't want to get sucked into like this big political.
No, I don't want to be thought
like,
of as a horrendous like fascist either, because I know I'm not that. I'm none of these things. But just by not agreeing with everything at the minute, you're just opening a huge can of worms. Yeah. It's so ridiculous. It's
just like Conan be Conan, and I'll be fine.
Let freaking Conan
You need to do another interview like you did with Lee. Oh, thanks, Mark. I actually was thinking about doing that with Carter Brown's son.
There's no Walmart. You might be able to get it online.
Like, see if it could just get shipped to you.
Yeah, try it.
But Mark, I reached out to Carter Brown's son because he's republishing a bunch of the old Carter Brown stuff. And we talked back and forth, but I think he would rather do a print interview from what we've gone back and forth on instead of like a audio interview. But yeah, that would be cool. I really appreciate that, Mark. That's awesome. Thank you.
Is Doc Savage the one?
Doc Savage is the one you would love.
Yeah.
You would think Doc Savage. Oh my gosh, I could just imagine you reading a Doc Savage book because you'd be like this all the time. Like, it would just be like.
I'm so easily fit. Yeah. I'm going to Google him right now.
Yeah. Yep. Thought Police. It's so funny when you think of like all of the because in the 90s I thought. Like, I'm like, dude, this is like 1984, bro. Like, wow. And like, it's so.
Oh, hey, up.
Yeah. Uh-oh. The Bronze God. Oh, that's him with like pretty normal looking hair. You should see him when he's got his like weird cap. Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. That weird cap hair. The
Yeah.
Man of Bronze. Gosh.
Holy moly, I'm going to read some of this.
Yeah. He only wears a shirt so it could get torn.
He hasn't got a beard, though. What?
The Rock's going to play Doc Savage in a Doc Savage movie. Oh my God, my worlds are colliding.
Mind blown.
Ah. The Rock is going to play Doc Savage.
Wow.
I
I don't know what to think about that. I don't really know enough about him, but I do like The Rock.
wonder if they're going to like try to like glue some kind of bald or like a Ken from Barbie and Ken like hair cap, like a blonde hair cap on The Rock's head.
Do you think?
God, he looks so stupid.
He's going to look weird with
I don't
hair.
think The Rock has eyebrows.
What?
Hasn't he shaved his eyebrows off?
No.
Are you sure? Pretty sure The Rock's eyebrowless.
How is he supposed to raise his eyebrow if he hasn't got one?
Oh, man. Lauren, I'm watching that. Yeah.
Yeah, see, me and Lauren.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Herbs together.
But it's so funny. Like, Doc Savage, it's like... Like, I don't think I've ever seen a shot of Doc Savage in a shirt that wasn't, like, torn to shreds. Like, I think on every book cover, it's like... Oh, my gosh.
Of course he's got eyebrow. He's got eyebrows.
Barely.
This
Gosh.
he does this to me.
Take
and I'm like,
a freaking eyebrow pencil to that thing, Rock. Come on. Whatever.
not everybody's got as luscious eyebrows as you have.
Yeah, my eyebrows are...
Eyebrow.
No, don't do that. There is a space that is defined, and I don't touch it. I don't have to pluck or tweeze or anything. Yeah, but these eyebrows,
I don't know if he's going to have hair. He's got to.
these things are gorgeous.
Jealous much. He doesn't actually. He's pretty like, he just rolls his eyes like, oh, here she goes again.
Here she goes.
With my perviness. I'm not really.
It's weird because like her perviness is like, oh, I would like to sit next to that man. And I'm like, oh, you wild and crazy kid, you. And like I'm like looking at something going, wow, I would.
Oh,
See?
really?
See? Now she's getting jealous. See?
Yeah, because I would like to sit next to people.
Dude, she wakes up and she's like, oh my gosh, I just had this dream that I was holding Dolph Ziggler's hand. And I'm like, whoa, wait a second here. Now what? And she's like, no, nothing happened. But we were like, and
It's almost like kids at school holding hands.
It's always like,
it's never risque.
yeah,
It's
she
never,
doesn't know how to dream.
It's never 18, R-rated. It's just me and Dolph being best friends.
Rocks too much though. I wonder what that would be like. You really like Baywatch, so obviously your like taste and your
That was just
critiquing.
no, I didn't think Baywatch was like the greatest movie ever. I just thought it was fun. It was very entertaining with The Rock.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. You should watch it. It's funny.
With The Rock.
The Rock is too. I don't know how he's going to do that.
With The Rock, the Dwayne, the Johnson. Yeah.
He is too much, but I think that's part of his
It's
charm.
just crazy because I feel like if they actually do make a Doc Savage movie, all the Doc Savage stuff is going to skyrocket in price.
Really?
So if you're going to start reading some Doc Savage,
I'm going to have to get
on
it now.
Yeah. Because even like, what were they talking about? Some comic collector people were saying that at Comic-Con, when they announced the next phase of Marvel movies, that they're going to do a Blade movie, all the retailers that were in the convention like pulled all their Blade comics and doubled the price on all of them, or just pulled them all together
Really?
to wait for more announcements. All right, Bill, take care. Good. Have a ton of Doc Savage.
We'll speak to you soon, Bill.
Well, Mark, if you want to sell those to us before the price goes up, you let us know. But yeah. So anyway, yeah, we should probably. Dwayne is pure eye candy, not ashamed. Fun to
Exactly.
watch. Yeah, I love watching eye candy.
He's an Edwidge fan, aren't you?
You want to try that again, babe?
I can't speak sometimes. I haven't had any breakfast yet.
I know.
I think I'm going a bit loopy. I've only got
Send some
lemonade
free
in
of charge. Mark.
there. Mark. We haven't got anywhere to send it to. Anything. We're really in trouble, aren't we, with the postage situation? I haven't been on Amazon for months.
That's not true. You
Oh,
went
yeah,
on
I have, and it
Amazon
went
to
wrong.
get screwed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Amazon can't deliver on dirt roads for some reason, and it's because of UPS. The UPS
But they
driver
won't deliver
made
to-
eye contact with me and just kept going.
And we have a post box. Nothing's ever in it.
Nothing's
ever.
ever in it.
And we have a PO box.
The PO box is okay.
The post box is on the roadside. Nothing in it.
Yeah.
PO box. Certain things you can't have delivered to it. So
Because UPS and FedEx won't deliver to a post office box.
I know why.
So as long as whatever shipping option we choose is USPS, it should be fine.
Well, it's
As
very
long as there's
depressing.
not a street address on there.
No, we didn't.
No, we haven't got the pool cover yet because I'm waiting for someone to find out if it got refunded.
Oh, he's just the best.
Can send USPS. Oh,
We love you so much, Bart. Thank you so much. Seriously, we're gonna have to work it out because we can't have anything delivered without there being a hassle.
yeah,
we didn't
there
get
hasn't.
the pool cover. It never turned up, and they denied all knowledge of us sending
They
it.
kept saying that they were delivering it, and either we weren't home or the address was wrong.
No,
or-
we actually saw him.
Yeah, and it's no, you guys just won't go on a dirt road.
I've
So-
even left. It's not even like a bad dirt road. It's like a super flat, sandy, hard pack road,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's not weird. It's not like he's going to be going down a ditch or anything, is it?
Yeah,
It's weird. But anyway, we'll work it out.
yeah.
We need to do something.
So our PO box is all good. I think it's on our website too. So if any of you want to send us anything for any reason, as long as it's not poison or anything like that, if you go to blackstarhomestead.com under contact, it has our PO box information. If you would like to send us something to show off
Yeah,
on
we'll
here.
pimp stuff out.
Well, I think we're gonna do this as often as possible, Sundays at noon, just because we enjoy hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, we really do.
Where I live.
Half the roads in the state are dirt, including. Yeah, I was.
And do you get FedEx and all that stuff? I've never heard of it being so crazy where they can't go down a dirt road.
Well, the pool was delivered by
FedEx.
Was it FedEx?
It was
UPS?
FedEx.
And he actually came all the way up our side road off the main dirt road.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
the driveway.
Which is that is iffy because we've got stuck.
Yeah,
The water guy got stuck.
yeah.
The,
And
he
he didn't get stuck, thank God.
no, he
but-
didn't. He was absolutely fine. He was like, "Oh no, it's no trouble." But
Yeah.
he was the guy who had both shipments and
Said he only had one.
said he only had one. So I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
It's
who
annoying.
knows? So as soon as Zoe tells me that we got
Yeah,
the
we got it.
refund, I'm gonna just go down to Home Depot and pick up the cover.
Yeah, we need it. It's bad.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's like a pond.
It
And
is
I'm-
not a pond.
It is. It's got so. You know
I
what he
sit on
found
the
in it?
porch and spit tobacco to scare him.
I would love to see that. Seriously. You're too nice, Mark. He wouldn't get away with that. They'd be like, look at that nice chap spitting his backy. Oh, look at that nice old chap. What was I
What
going
we
to say
saying?
there?
I don't know.
Oh, the other day, you know what he found in the pool yesterday? A worm. In the desert. Do you think that Bill's gone now? I bet he could have answered this. But I think it must have blown, like eggs in the sand, must have blown in and it's grown in the pool. So that's it.
I
I'm out.
can't possibly believe that.
Well, how else has it got in?
I don't know. It
Birds
was like this
dropped it.
long.
See, I'm freaking out now. I don't want to go in there and get.
And it wasn't like a white tapeworm or anything. It just was like a earthworm, like a wormworm.
Yeah, I think it's in the soil. It must be eggs in the sand that's grown and it's hatched out.
Circles in the sand.
it's as easy as that. Disaster.
do.
Belinda Carlisle,
Oh,
eat your heart
man.
out. We're going to have to go. And we've been on here for hours.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Yep. When you say it like that, it sounds like a really long time.
Yeah, we have.
So anyway, we'll do this every Sunday because we enjoy hanging out with you guys.
we do. We love chatting to
Because
everybody.
honestly, you guys are our network.
You
You guys are
seriously,
like
you're
our friends.
You're like lifesavers because
Yeah.
usually it's just me and him.
Yeah.
We actually don't fall out or anything, do we?
No, but you do say weird things to me, like, "Why are you being so creepy and
Well,
weird?"
You were being a little bit.
She doesn't like it when I get too close. She has to love me from afar.
I do like it when you get up close, but you intentionally annoy me. Like he'll come up and he'll go in my ear and stuff, and it's gross.
Okay,
Just
we're
saying.
deaf friends. Yes. See you next
Oh,
Sunday.
man, we
Thank
so
you guys
are.
so much. Like, I seriously love
So
hanging out
happy.
with you guys.
We really
So,
do. Thank you so much. Yay! We'll see you next week,
Okay.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
If I can find the button.